Welcome to the Riot Squad cast. My name is Ed Rodriguez.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
We're here live.
300 episodes in, whatever.
Yeah. We're here live on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night in Gardena, California. I am here
Take this down.
with this lovely, lovely group of lovely gentlemen. Just beautiful, beautiful men.
It's like I didn't get a warning that he's getting ready to get started. All my shit's
Well,
all
he
over
did
the
say
place.
we were starting.
No, I'm like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
my
yeah,
fault.
yeah.
It's not him.
Well, that sexy, sexy voice you hear is the very slim,
Oh, boy.
the fit Christopher Daniels Tucker.
Daniels?
Yeah.
What, a fucking porn star? You're a wrestler?
I mean, soon enough.
Hawaii, baby.
Yeah.
What's up, girl? How you living?
I mean, Chris is gonna be all up in Hawaii.
Is that her name? Sorry, honey. I'm sure I'll get in trouble for that one. But yeah, I am going to be up in them giats in Hawaii.
Yes, sir.
Great.
And then
I'm well, dude. I'm well. How are you, sir?
Good. We're also here joined by producer Ben for the meantime, but he's gonna
Dip out for a little bit.
dip out for a little bit and then come back in like
Hopefully.
about an hour into the show, right?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, something like that.
Good to hear from you, Ben. Good to see you, sir.
We appreciate every minute, Ben.
Yes.
Appreciate every second, sir.
Exactly. This wouldn't be going live if Ben hadn't been like, I'm gonna start it and then I'll come back. I'll tell you that now for
Did
sure.
When he ran you through everything last week, did you learn any of it? You got it? You have it recorded?
I remember most of it.
Okay. You took pictures.
Yeah.
Chris Steele Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie Sins is mine. Is that's
That's a good name.
a good name?
I used to
That
run
could be
the
your bowling name.
I used to run the
Call me
Chatsworth
Eddie
route.
Sins.
The back when Chatsworth was the porn hub of the world.
Hold on. You used to run what?
The Chatsworth route, like
Okay.
pick up and
Oh,
deliver.
yeah. I used to live there when
So I see Lex, whatever his name is,
his name is Lexington Steele.
yeah, Lex.
I'll bail you out here.
Lex Steele, but his license plate.
Lex Steele. He's on first name basis. I like it.
No, I look ahead of me. The car says LEXXX. I'm like, can you draw any more attention to you, or like, hey,
Yeah,
this
you
is
know,
who
let
I
him
am.
roll down a window and he'll draw some more attention
You know
to
he
himself.
wants. He just. It's on purpose.
But we'll see. Yeah. So my thing is like, do
He's
I
like,
say?
he's like, if I could steer with my dick, I'd probably do that too.
I'm not sure. So,
It's
but
really difficult.
but my conundrum is like, do I
can
go
do
up?
it.
You just tape it on there.
Yeah.
You just can't take sharp turns.
Some of us can.
Right.
You just gotta hook it. You loop it on the top one, you just drag it down really fast.
So, but I was like, do I just go up and say, hey, was it like up, or I'm like not
do you
supposed
say?
to like acknowledge, like, hey, I don't
You
know.
can't
who
look
he
him in
is.
the eye.
Exactly.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he. I don't know. I mean, I would assume he'd be like, oh yeah, thank you.
Especially like male porn stars, they don't get as recognized as the.
Well, I mean, with the license plate LEXXX, I'm sure he's gonna get recognized.
I don't know. Thinking about it from like a human evolution dominant standpoint, isn't he like, yeah, I'm the better man because you know who I am. I fuck so good. You know my fucking. You are aware of my fucking.
Acknowledge me, beta male.
Acknowledge my phallus.
Yeah.
Beta male. Acknowledge me, soy boy.
That was a perfect time for me to dip.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Benjamin. We'll see you in about an hour. Thank you for setting this all up.
Be well, good sir. Love you. See you soon.
Everyone in the chat, if you're listening to this live on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast, give it a like, give it a share, boost it up.
Do all your
Do
stuff.
it for Ben. Ben's asking you to do it, to share it, to subscribe.
Like it, share, subscribe.
Do it all, baby. Thank you, Ben. Christopher,
Yo,
what is happening, sir?
chillin', illin', little bit of willin' and thrillin' and villain, right? That rhymed.
With the little penicillin?
Somebody had a good weekend.
Hey, you just go to the doctor, you get the shot, and it goes away.
It goes away.
Yeah. You're good. You're good to go.
Oh, bye, Ben.
Yeah, man. I brought it up because my dude, my man Christopher Tucker is on this kick, right? Of getting healthy, losing his weight. He has lost 40 pounds.
I finally tipped over for the
40
4-0.
pounds.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
If I could do the clapping thing on Ben's thing, I'd go over in there, dude.
It's weird to clap for yourself. I can't.
No, man. Hey,
I feel like I got 4 claps in and just was like, this is sad.
you got to do it because no one else is gonna do it, man.
Nah,
You're-
man.
You are your own support system, man. You got to pick up yourself.
Oh no, I have the best support system. I got Erica and Damien and the older kids, Jonas and Sonia.
Them.
Well, I was gonna say I'm not gonna say them, but I'm not gonna separate them separately. It's my older babies, It's great, man. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been
Travis goes, that's like a kindergartner he lost.
Yeah. I basically lost the weight of Damien. I lost the weight of my oversized fucking toddler. My son,
His kaiju baby.
my kaiju man.
My little kaiju man.
I lost. I'm at 40. Let me see where I'm at. I'm not sure. Let me look up. I have lost, as of my run today, 43.8 pounds. Yeah, man, you just gotta you really just gotta keep doing it. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. There are days that I love it. There are days that I need the workout, or I need the run, or I started doing stairs. I started running in the sand. That shit's fucked up. I did the stairs on the bike path. And instead of, I would run to the stairs through the sand, go up the stairs, come back down, run through the sand back to the bike path, and then keep running, and then do it on the next one. And eventually I was like, fuck it, man. I'm just going to run in the sand to the next one. I started doing that. I could barely walk the next day. But it's like, then once my leg muscles heal up, I'm like, all right. So now I know I can do that.
Let's go, baby.
So how do I do it? Like, how do I do it faster? Or how do I do more of them? So it becomes this weird testing ground where you get an opportunity to see what you can do, and then, see what beats you, and then better it the next time, figure it out the next time, and attack it again, and see what you need to work on, and what you need to fix.
That's good for you, because you're competitive, man. Like, I mean, you might say, but
I'm competitive against me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like beating,
because you're like me. You're like a numbers dude. You see numbers and you're like, all right, that like it
now
makes
I know
sense.
what it is.
Yeah.
I told you, I feel like I back in January, I was like, oh, I figured it out. Like, now I understand. It's what everyone tells you. You eat clean, eat healthy, and exercise a little bit more than you did last week, and you'll lose weight. That's just, it's the facts, man. Try not to drink a whole lot of shitty food or a lot of shitty drinks, high sugar drinks. I went crazy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't eat bread very often. I don't drink alcohol. I had a couple beers at what is it? I had the Stone Cold IPA.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who was it? With our man,
Coos.
Our man Coos. Shout out to Coos.
Oh my Lord. But I felt it the old way, like the old Chris. I felt as if I had drank like 6 beers off that one. It was enough, but I got to enjoy it. And the next day I woke up and I was like, all right, well, I don't do this again for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And then I get back to work and I get back to fitness, and it comes right back off. So you get to do it every now and again. And that's what I really figured it out. I can't do it all the time. My metabolism's definitely slowing down, and it's faster now than it's been since I was 12 years old. But in overall, from where I should be, my metabolism's slowing down as I'm getting a little older. So I got to work on what I put in my body and how much I work to get it off. So yeah, I'm digging it, man.
You're doing the work, man, and it's definitely paying off. It's showing.
I'll be honest. This is the first weekend like I really kind of got it. I did. What is it? I think it's the Galaxy Guy podcast. He interviewed me for a bit, and I got to see the clip, and I was like, holy shit. I'm a little skinny man, but I'm
Well,
long way to go,
your wife
man.
sent me a picture of you, and dude, you straight up look like a cholo, because like loose ass pants, like, because you're leaning back a little bit in the photo, and like your shirt's like loose, the jeans you're wearing are all loose. I'm like, my man Tucker.
You know what it is? I'm any fat person, and I still consider myself a member of the tribe. Any fat person who starts losing weight I feel like they'll be with me on this. I might be wrong. You don't throw away clothes.
Oh hell no, I'd be the opposite.
You don't throw away clothes. But I can't. Like, I assume I'm going to go back into them.
I'd be the opposite. I'm totally opposite. I'm like, I would get a shirt, and if it's only in the size like lower than mine, I'm like, I'll fit into it eventually. I'll work out. I'll eat better.
That's my entire jersey duffel bag.
But like, if I lost 40 pounds like you did,
mm-hmm.
and like say I went from extra large fitting to large,
yeah,
I'd be like, I'm throwing away all that shit. I'd probably donate most of it.
No bullshit. I still have the shorts that I wore when I was 282 pounds. Like, I can't. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
like,
I would give.
I've been getting rid of
everything.
it. I've been shirts. I've been getting rid of shirts mostly. I posted this in the Corner of the Galaxy Discord. If you're in there, their kit trading site. I have a bunch of double XLs, and I genuinely never intend to be that size again, if at all possible.
Yeah.
And so I have a weird like anthropomorphic thing with jerseys that I feel like they deserve to get to go to the stadium. They deserve to be shown. They deserve it's I know it's weird, but
oh yeah, no, I got this thing with my wife where if I want a new jersey, she's like, you got to get rid of the other ones because she's like, we have
too many
80 jerseys.
Yeah.
Like you got to start getting rid of some if you want to bring new ones.
Objectively,
and
I have too
but
many.
I'll wear that one someday.
But I don't ever want to. That's the thing. I never want to wear.
But
my
I'm saying
double
like
Xs.
jerseys that I still fit in. And I'm
Well,
like,
you keep those
because you go through them, you're like, well, that one is sentimental to me. That one I bought this. This one is like, there's always a story behind every single jersey.
Yeah,
and you're like, I just don't want to. I can't get rid of it.
It's hard, but I'm ready to start going through the process of getting rid of my larger ones. So I fit into a whole lot of, or not a whole lot, but I fit into a decent amount of jerseys that I've had that I haven't been able to wear, basically for the entire time I've ever owned them. And there's a lot of jerseys that got a lot of good use, and I needed to get a lot of good use out of them, out of necessity, and I don't have that necessity anymore. So, yeah, I'm gonna start going through double XLs, and I honestly, if I keep going at the rate I'm at now, I may have to start going through XLs. But at least for sure, the double XLs are gonna go. So I will start posting them up relatively soon. I'm gonna be very reasonable. I'm mostly trying to move merchandise, so. If it's anything anyone's interested in, like shoot me a DM or something, we'll figure it out.
Right on.
But thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you look great, dude. Keep it up. We're really proud of you, man. You have like literally the whole Galaxy universe behind you.
People are telling me that they're working out now, and they're like, "You're fucking motivating me." I'm like,
you got
just
some
keep
people,
going.
Some people in our live chat on youtube.com/RideSquadcast. Boom, get you right there.
Get it in.
Make sure you're liking. I see 3 likes. Come on, there's
Twiddly dinks.
There's over 40 people in the chat.
Twiddly dinks that like button.
Like and share. Come
Twiddly
on.
dinks that share. Twiddly dinks that subscribe.
Even in the chat, like you see, like, oh yeah, I'm starting my workout regimen. Blah blah blah.
I love it, man. And get in touch if you need some other movement. I don't know a whole lot of stuff, and I'm not telling anyone like, hey, you should do this. But I will gladly be like, this is what I do. If it's something you want to try to incorporate into your life or into your workout regimens, like go for it. But everyone should exercise, man. Everyone should move their body.
Our good friend James Conroy, old school Larzer, says pooping and liking. So if he can do it while he's
Ride Squad way.
Yeah, you go ahead and do it. I wanted to give a couple shout outs. First, I want to shout out Galaxy Directory, which is this new Twitter site. What would you call it? Twitter person? Twitter account?
Twitter account. Yeah.
Twitter account. There you go. I couldn't think of the account. At Galaxy Directory, they're like a one-stop shop for all the Galaxy stuff, so all the Galaxy podcasts.
Genius idea.
Yeah, brilliant. So all the Galaxy podcasts, the Galaxy content, all the creators who do merchandise and all that stuff. They'll retweet and they'll repost it. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for all the Galaxy content.
Everything you would need. They have news, the podcast with their schedules, merchandise, players, social media accounts on multiple platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the club's various platforms everywhere, TikTok, Snapchat, what have you, and all the supporters groups and all their various platforms. So if you're interested, you've been looking for a place where you could find everything really, really easy that you should follow, lagdir.com.
So our good again, old school Larzer, Esco wants to give him a shout out, and also giving a shout out to Steve Sampson for
just to upset Conroy. It's like I'm gonna piss you off from 1,600 miles away.
And then the other shout out I want to give out is to the Liga G Pod.
I saw that. First episode
is out there. Go check them out at Liga G Pod. If you're ever interested in hearing about the FIFA Galaxy universe.
And I don't know if it's going to be their regular schedule, but I like the idea of them releasing the episode in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a lot of Galaxy podcasts that record live in the evening and then put their stuff up in the evening. But the idea that like fresh, brand new, the way it's supposed to be, released out for everyone in the morning, I like that. I like a little variation.
Well, our good friend Decline is heading up that podcast, so go give him a shout out.
Good peeps.
Give him a like, give him a subscribe. Good people, good dude.
Twiddly dinks that dude.
Twiddly dinks that. Yeah, man. Oh, did I tell you? So I had some sort of like, it wasn't really an interview, but it was like an exam on a Zoom call, and I totally busted out the 2020 version of an interview where it's like a nice button-down shirt with a tie, with like khaki shorts and sandals as the bottom half. I called it the mullet style of interviewing.
I like it.
Where it's like, the business on top and the party on the bottom.
You're
and it was so awkward. It's so weird. It felt super super strange.
You seem like a party bottom. You seem like you'd
But it was so awkward to not have like dress slacks on.
How do you
and,
feel?
like,
How do you
shoes.
feel you did?
I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone would honestly be like, it didn't work out well?
I don't know. I mean, it's as long as I didn't see like I had like my slides on and like my Dickies shorts, like it's like not
As
really.
long as they didn't ask me to get up.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really an issue. That's why I made sure to ask before. I'm like, is this gonna be like a waist up thing or like? Because there's like I've had interviews where like, all right, you need to have like the camera needs to be facing a blank wall and like the camera has to be from the waist up. So I'm just like, all right,
Why?
to make sure you're not in Dickies and slides.
But who would care?
I don't know.
You don't want to work there.
I don't know. Well, it was like a credit union. That first interview.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're doing well. Glad it sounds good. Sounds like good opportunity, right?
Eduardo Acosta says a party bottom.
The party bottom.
Yes, not just a party
Yeah.
bottom.
They could hire any party bottom.
Yeah.
Ed is the party
Yeah.
bottom.
Hit me up for any inquiries. I
Bar
jump with my
mitzvahs and-
manager, with my management, so you get with that.
Big Benaronda.
AKA my pimp.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some Galaxy news, man. Quite a bit of news, even some breaking news. We'll get into talking about that in a little bit. But yeah, 4 Galaxy players named to the provisional rosters of their national team for the Nations League. Efrain and Jonathan Dos Santos is on the provisional roster for Mexico. Leggett is on there for the United States. And then Pipo Gonzalez, who, I mean, does anyone even care about anymore, is on the Costa Rican.
I listened to Corner of the Galaxy while I was driving in today, and they're like, Pipo Gonzalez made the provisional roster for what is it?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, and they were like, who?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you have interviewed that man. That's fucked up. You know who he is. But nobody gives a shit about Pipo Gonzalez.
Nah, no one cares about
They're
him.
treating him like he's not like. I don't want to say it's worse than Shelvick, but he's this year's.
He's already
Shelvick,
already
right?
dead to the team. Yeah.
Hey, cold man, they're
Yeah.
cold.
Well, I mean, you're taking up that precious international spot.
Yeah,
We're
Big
already
money.
we're already at the limit of those.
and big money.
Yeah. So good
Oh, well.
riddance.
I mean, hey, I'm glad he made his. It sounds like they're. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of rumors he's on his way out.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's
it
been
sounds
on
like
for,
it might
for
be.
a little bit too.
It sounds like it might be finished. I don't know. I mean, who knows?
I mean, the guy hasn't seen any minutes.
I don't think he's going to. Why would he?
No.
I mean, we're waiting on Koulibaly to get here.
Yeah.
Williams is a tank and a half. Steris is quietly warming back up, and Nick DePew is there. Like, why would you bother?
Yeah. So good luck on them. Good luck and see. Hopefully they make their rosters. I mean, I'm sure Jonathan will probably make it. Efrain is there for an extra.
Jonathan will make it.
training.
Efrain, it's a 23-man provisional. It's a 23-man roster, so Efrain's probably going to end up getting cut. Also, if he was actually selected, it would be a competitive fixture, and I think he would have. It would be his selection.
Yes.
So if he gets cut, he still has
come
time.
on, that's.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Go play wherever you're happy.
But good luck to them. Hopefully they make it. I mean, Leget's. That's one of Berhalter's his guys. So.
Leget's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
he'll be
Rajo's
gone.
maybe.
The next bit of Galaxy news is that Cabral is here.
Yeah. At
He's
the
in
game.
training. He's ready to go. There was a picture posted. Someone posted a selfie with him at the stadium on the game against LAFC.
Yeah, he was sitting. I could see him. Like you could see him pretty. He was.
I mean, he's got pretty unique hair, so like you can spot him.
Yeah, he got similar. Got Furcranis hair, but it's yeah.
It's like a Kobe. It's like an early Kobe Jones mixed with like a Furcranis.
Okay. I'll take
Yeah.
I'll take that player all day. Hashtag Black Excellence. Yeah, he was very clearly spotted and was around and watching the game, and now it's just time to get going.
What a game to like him to witness as his first like Galaxy experience. I mean, I don't know if he watched the other games. I'm hoping he might have got like a link or something to watch those, but what a game to watch,
Want to get a good understanding of the importance of the rivalry.
Yeah.
Even with
You got to
with
imagine
lesser
he
numbers.
really wanted to get on that field for that game, man.
I guess according to what is it? According to Baxter, he was good to go. Like he was available for selection.
Really?
They just opted not to because he probably didn't get enough practice time and get time with the team. And we spent a week working on a game plan. we can't have a guy come in
So-
as great as he may be. He's not.
If that's the
big
case, if you think that they waited off on taking pictures of him at training, because if they would have say that they had pictures of him at training and then they didn't put him on the roster, you think people would have been like, what? Well,
Well, I think he
people would have
trained.
been asking questions. I think.
I think he trained yesterday. I think all the pictures that you see are from yesterday's training.
Okay.
And I think they're off today, or they were doing team bonding or something like that. But yeah, I imagine all the pictures are fresh, and yeah, he just wasn't up to speed with everyone else quite yet, and you want to put him in a position to succeed. Don't rush him into a rivalry game, and then it doesn't work out, and people have a bad attitude going in.
Plane Rap on the YouTube chat says only Zlatan steps off the plane and smites the goats.
Well, it should further highlight how rare and special that Zlatan moment was.
Yeah.
Like most guys don't do that.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. That's very rare if that ever happens again.
It's also a different world. Like to put it into context, most guys don't do that, right?
Yeah.
But we're also in the age of COVID. So we knew Kevin Cabral flew in at least a week ago. Kevin Cabral had been in America for a week. He had to be quarantined.
At least was it like 10 days? I thought, right? Where they had to.
I think it's a week, but if it's 10 days, I believe it's a week. But he would have had to been in for at least a week, and we're not quite ready to step on the field and just get going. Zlatan, who is considerably older than him, had flown in the day before, hopped off a plane, sat on the bench, stretched out, said, "Hey, they need me, put me in," and then obliterated LAFC quickly. Like it should further highlight how special of a moment that not to sit on that game for too long, and not to look at the past for too much, but to further highlight what Zlatan Day was like.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those occasions where it's probably never going to happen again. It's just it's perfectly encapsulates like Zlatan and like his time at the Galaxy.
Yeah, and how rare that moment should have been for you.
He just like lit it on fire and then bounced.
If you were one of the 85,000 people who swear they were at that game that day,
yeah,
it was a rare, beautiful, special moment you got to witness. Because things like that probably not going to happen for a while.
And then to add to Chris's sheets, his list, we're in that number 9.
Yeah, Kevin Cabral making some Galaxy history without ever stepping foot on the field. He will be the 18th number 9 in Galaxy history. That this is the most worn number. It has never been repeated by a player, so it has been worn by 18 individual players, and obviously started with Jorge Campos, probably most famously worn by Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and most recently worn by, looks like our new number 9, Kevin Cabral.
That's awesome. All right, and then this is like hot off the presses. Like just tweeted out. It's looking like there's rumors of Efrain Alvarez to Chivas Guadalajara for $12 million. This is up on gold.com, and it was tweeted by Hercules Gomez like 10 minutes before we started recording.
Lovely.
So sell. So
update me. Admittedly, I'm only a Tigres fan when it comes to Mexican soccer. Chivas will now sign players that were born in America?
Oh, they're actually, if they're Mexican, because he's technically Mexican-American, but he also has a passport, and he's with his...
But he was born here.
Yes.
So,
but they haven't had that problem in the past.
That's not a thing anymore?
No.
Okay. I remember it being a thing, and I don't follow that team at all.
Yeah.
So they're open
because they've had
American,
Mexican-American players before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like it's not been a thing. It's his new world, baby.
Hey,
where
I love it.
The U.S. is not only building the national team for the women's side, but they're starting to build it for the men's side too now.
I want to know who they've played who wasn't born in Mexico now.
But yeah, so $12 million is the rumored asking price or the selling price. So sell.
You would sell?
Oh, 100%.
He's only 18.
Sell him.
You're ready.
Sell him.
Okay.
Sell him. You sell him now. If it's $12 million, you sell it. Now, I'm okay for it.
Wow. Okay. If 12 million is a real valuation.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money. that is a ton of money for a homegrown player, and
you get all of that.
We would get every penny, and it is a lot of money. Is it real?
This is literally
It just came out.
It's reported on goal.com. Hercules Gomez is retweeting it saying it's let me see if I can find the tweet. Oh yes, I saved it. Sweet. Here it is. Reports of Efrain Alvarez to Chivas' interest is being reported by Goal. 12 million price tag seems to be the only problem for a struggling Guadalajara side. Insane amount, but Chivas demands a different market value.
It's a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, especially for it's still an unproven talent. Still someone who's developing in his play.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a real asking price, I think the smartest thing to do would be to sell, 100%.
Do you think Efra would want to go
to a big club like that? Yeah, for sure.
That's a huge club. I mean, no disrespect to the Galaxy, obviously.
And I think if he does plan on playing for the national team, I think his best chances would be to go into Mexico.
But at a 12 million price tag, is that a lot of pressure? That seems like it would be a lot of pressure for a guy who's still basically in and out of the side for us. I would expect at a 12 million price. That's the thing. If somebody comes in with a 12 million price tag for a guy who can't start regularly, despite being on the team for his third year.
Yeah.
And I have time for Efrain Alvarez. I have patience for Efrain Alvarez. I'm willing to wait and let him develop and come through. And I get the calls to speed it up and get him integrated quicker, but 12 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
12 million is an awful lot of claims.
Yeah.
It's an awful lot of claims for a team that's been hemorrhaging money for a long time, that still can't sell out, 100% and missed out a year of ticket revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like Efrain's a 100% chip you can get 12 million cash on, and improve your relations with a giant club in the region.
Would you seem like you're doing work with, and so
we sent in we didn't send Antuna. They were able to better discover, we'll say, better discover Uriel Antuna because he played on the Galaxy. Hey man, 12 million's a lot. I'm if it's real, I would expect him to you rip somebody's hand off for $12 million.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like it would be real. It doesn't. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's real. If it's real, hey,
I'm sure that story is going to develop more, and I'm sure you'll get.
Believe me, because there's going to be a roster issue coming up real soon that'll start making a whole lot more sense.
And then I'm sure you'll find out more information on Corner of the Galaxy when that comes out. Josh?
Yeah, we miss you, Ben.
We miss you, Ben. Also, there's another rumor. The G's are rumored to. I'm gonna butcher this name. Ryan. I'm assuming it's Ryan or Ryan. Ryan.
Would you like help?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Is it Ryan?
Ryan. Ravalosan.
24-year-old center defensive mid / center back / right back / right mid from Madagascar / France.
Hey.
34 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists. I'm probably gonna butcher this name too. Troyes. Troyes.
Sure.
Whatever.
Troyes. I don't know how to pronounce it.
He just helped win League 2 and they gained promotion, so they'll be going up to League 1 this next upcoming season. I say all those positions because when you look on Transfer Market, which is where I usually get all my information on these players, on the 34 games he's played center midfielder 12 times, center back 9 times. He's played at right back 5 times and 8 times at a right mid / right wing position.
Okay.
So, this is, again, according to Transfer Market. I would have no idea. But it just seems to go in line of these players that Vanny and Co. have been bringing in that are multi-positional players who you can kind of slide in at a lot of given spots if needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm for it. We'll see. I'm digging it. What do you think?
Yeah, I got to watch him play a little bit, but it wasn't a ton of footage, to be fair, and it was a little old. It was in 2019. It was the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, and he seems like a strong. It's not the phrase. It's never the descriptors you want to use for black players, and certainly not
strong
African
and fast.
players. Not very fast, but very. I thought he was strong. Seemed like to be in a very very good shape, good pace, good fitness. Hopefully, can do a lot of the running that we don't necessarily want to put all on Jonathan's shoulders. But yeah, it seemed like a very strong, very smart. Didn't get caught out of possession. Didn't get caught out of position too many times. Recovered pretty well. Overall, just seemed like a solid player. The issue was it was African Cup of Nations qualifiers. So take that for what you will. The other end is it's 2019. Players got a lot of room to develop in those 2 years. That hopefully he's gotten better and he's fixed some things. But overall, if he's a partner for Jonathan, and it sounds like he would be a set starting partner for Jonathan. Could be great.
Because that's been the rumor for a minute, is that they're still looking for that center defensive mid.
Yeah, you got to figure something out.
As much as I think Saldana has done a pretty serviceable job, especially for 18 years old, his first minutes as like a top level professional in this country. Like he's done a pretty amazing job for an 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So, but we still need that missing piece of like a strong, hard center defensive mid, which I don't know. I haven't seen him play. But if he's playing for a lower league French team and who just got promoted, who won the league actually, won Ligue 2.
Ligue 2.
It's pretty exciting if that is the case.
Well, I always default to the same thing we went through with Derek Williams, and the same thing we went through, I think, with Koulibaly, and the same thing we went through with Bond. Would Saldana start for a team getting promoted to League One?
Are people getting upset that we don't say his name right? It's Saldana.
Saldana?
Because it has the Enye.
Are people? I don't know or care. Okay. Maybe. I mean, come on. Who knows?
Well, you're the one who's like, it's Siga Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. Well, if I'm aware of a pronunciation that I think I can do, I feel as if I should try it. How should I pronounce Saldana?
Racism, man.
No, I'll give it a shot. How should I pronounce
it's
his
Saldana.
name? Saldana. Okay,
yeah.
I'll give it a try.
If you ever see the little Enye, the mark on there, it's
is that what that's called?
Yeah, Enye.
An Enye?
Enye.
Inya?
Enye.
Like that lady?
Like Kenya? Like Kenya?
That's not where I thought you were going to go. Kanye? I don't know, man.
Kanye? No.
Kanye, hey, man. Yeah, he's got some. Yeezy's got some workout jams, man. You want to get on some stairs with me in Long Beach, man? We play some yay. But Saldana, I'm not sure he would be able to get into, and certainly not walk into, a team being promoted to the French top flight.
As much as he has skills,
which isn't a knock on him. No, it's not a knock to say that, hey, you're 18, you're starting for the Galaxy. In a season where like it's very very important that we do well.
Yeah.
Like you're with a new head coach.
In the first 4 games where we've won 3 out of the 4.
We're doing very very well. Yeah. He is right. He's where any young player who gets a first team contract and is working their way into the team. We're gonna get back to this kid. Because how many
of our homegrowns have actually like stepped into
who gets to begin starting?
Yeah.
It doesn't frequently happen. Araujo, he had to sit behind Felcher for a year. Saldana got moved up from the second team and played very well in the preseason, earned a starting spot for the regular season. No disrespect to him.
I don't think anyone really was like putting money that Saldana was going to start.
I'll be honest with you, man. I watched G2 a lot last year. He was the one I was surprised got a deal. Even though I know he's a very good passer, was very calm when playing in the USL. I was a little shocked he was the one, just because we had a little more depth in that spot. But you see why they were like, yeah, Kitchen can go. Yeah, what's the other kid's name? Yeah, Joey Beers can go. Yeah, we'll let them go because we got Adam Saldana who we can put on a homegrown contract, save a fucking boatload of money on. And now, with all due respect to the kid, you've done very, very well. We're going to bring in a guaranteed starter. We're going to bring in the person who we scouted to play next to Jonathan, who we think, if it happens, we've scouted to go to play next to Jonathan. He's going to be the partner that we're going to build around in that midfield, and he's who you'll end up learning from.
Because that's my question too. Is like, you just won promotion to the first division. Like, are you really going to be, how am I trying to? Wouldn't you want to stay with the team if you were going into first division? Like, how are we being tempted over by the Galaxy is what I'm like wondering.
Playing time. Let's say it's Troyes. I don't know how to pronounce it. If they want to stay in the division, maybe this guy is a very, very good League 2 midfielder. But is that a risk you're trying to run going into the top flight if you're trying to stay in the top flight?
Yeah.
Like Newcastle happens to us all the time. Teams are getting promoted and they're like, hey, we can't survive on the players that got us promoted because we're trying to stay in the division. We need to sell them off and bring in Premier League players, spend £100 million, whatever. Newcastle's safe for one more year. It's the only reason I'm bringing this up. But then what do? We buy a lot of those cast-offs and we use them to fill in our roster. You know, it's sometimes for especially given how hurt the French market was with COVID and how ticket sales has affected a lot of those clubs. Maybe they're looking at it like and the guy's out of contract in the summer. He's out of contract. I think it's June 30th or July 30th.
Yeah.
So he's free to talk to the Galaxy or to whomever he wants right now. So for Troyes, are you offering a bumper contract on a player who's already potentially out of contract, or at least they look like they're willing to let go, where you would have to get that midfielder as depth and a starter when that guy served you very well in the second division, but you're not trying to be a second division club. So maybe you let that guy go and you don't offer him a deal at all. And you just bring in someone who's going to play as a starter for your team in the top flight. And so for him, hey, I'm scot-free. Team can offer me a fatty contract maybe.
Yeah, and like now the only worry is either people has to go to get that international spot, or the Galaxy have to trade for another club's international spot.
Or purchase one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, people goes. Or look, when the rumor people is going to Alajuelense in the summer. When does this kid come free? In the summer.
Yeah.
Doesn't that work beautifully?
Yeah.
I don't. If this rumor is true and if it all comes to fruition and everything works out, could be very good. Could be good.
I like the alles les G's.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Everyone's on board with the French connection,
in
man.
the
I like
the V block, they had the French flag. I
didn't see that.
Yeah, that was cool on at the game on the weekend. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's the Galaxy news for now. Let's get into.
I do have one. Oh no, what do you want to hit?
Oh, I was gonna go to the G2 stuff.
Let's do that first.
Okay. G2's we when we reported Jesus. When we talked about the G2 last week, we failed to mention that they had 2 games this past week. The first game was Wednesday against Las Vegas Lights. Went a little well. It was kind of a good game for G2. They win 5-0 against Las Vegas, keeping that streak alive of never losing to them. You had goals from Kai Koriniak, Daniel Aguirre, Jorge Hernandez, Preston Judd, and own goal. Beautiful goal from own goal. What's the funny thing about this game is Las Vegas had 8 loanies from LAFC. 8 loanies.
Makes it all the sweeter.
Makes it all the better. I think it was...
did you see people on Twitter saying we did the double over LAFC this weekend? Let's go.
I think it was Christian Miles who does our YouTube audio.
The radio?
Game,
yeah.
The radio. And he called it El Trafecito or something, or someone online.
I saw that going. Yeah. I didn't know who said it.
So someone online called it the El Trafecito, which I loved it. That was pretty funny. But if you guys don't know, Las Vegas is now the affiliate club for LAFC, but they don't train or do anything in Las Vegas now.
It seems like a strange arrangement.
They all train. The coaches are here.
The club, basically the club has moved to Los Angeles?
Everyone is here.
They play in Los Angeles?
They travel to Vegas for home games.
That seems like the exact opposite of everything LAFC stands for.
And then, so that's
you tell me, do I understand that club incorrectly?
Hey, Vegas is part of the heart of the city, right?
All right. They're a heart of some city.
Yeah. Maybe the butthole of some cities. But yes. So that was a pretty good game from G2. I mean, dominated that match, obviously, 5-0. You had also, they had a game against Tacoma on Sunday, actually. You had a sweet free kick goal from Jorge Hernandez. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It sneaks just under the bar.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
It's the only place. It's the only place it could be, for it to have gone in. Keeper gets a hand to it, still bounces off the post. Great slide. And if I can give the Galaxy some kudos, some snaps, I'll give you guys some daps up real quick. Give you guys your flowers while you're here. They're catching every celebration. They're catching the best angle on every celebration.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it. And I'm someone who, if you haven't noticed, I like cutting gifts. They make me happy. I like Galaxy Celebration gifts. I like to use them when in a reaction to something.
Definitely better than the
Depression ones?
No, the Galaxy game against LAFC. The camera work was pretty shoddy on those goal celebrations.
Yeah, no, they got it.
They got
them all. That's what I'm telling you. When you watch, if you watch a TV broadcast, yes, if you watch,
the Galaxy themselves probably got it.
I'm not dapping up anybody else.
The broadcast was,
yeah.
They had
it's an important week to understand. You got to listen exactly to what I say.
The goal from Jonathan was like blocked off by whatever. They couldn't move the camera over.
Yeah.
They couldn't move the camera any further over, and they just kept on that shot. And they just couldn't
And Chicharito, they couldn't get down to the shrug fast. I love the I guess I just score a bunch of fucking goals. But the Galaxies, not ESPN's or ABC's or Fox's or whomever, the Galaxy's ability to catch all these goal celebrations, I personally very, very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Please keep up the good work.
And Travis reminds us that the kids throwing up the combo LA was chef's kiss.
Everyone in the city knows how to do it except for Carlos Vela.
I tweeted it out. Oh, don't they know they're doing it wrong?
Oh my god. Well, maybe some 3252 people will show up and go, "Hey, they're doing it incorrect," since they all decided to defend Vela's incorrect version of it. Well, it's Trumpian. Yeah. It's Trumpian. He did it wrong, and they're like, "No,
he did it right." No,
everyone else is incorrect.
So back to the Tacoma game. Beautiful free kick goal from Jorge Hernandez in the 70th minute. Just as you thought that was it. That was game winner. G2 got unlucky in the literally the dying seconds of the game. Like 90th plus 4 plus 5 minutes or whatever it was.
Plus 6.
They gave up an unlucky penalty, handball off of Preston Judd. Just very, very unlucky goal to give up in like literally the last seconds of the game. But they draw 1-1 against Tacoma. Still, pretty fair result. I mean, none of the sides really had control over the game. But you thought with that 78th minute goal, you're like, all right, that
should be late enough.
That'll secure it, yeah. But unfortunately, they gave up that PK.
Hey man, it happens. It's soccer. Yeah. It happens to us, and you celebrate the shit out of it. And when it happens to somebody else, you're depressed. Just part of the game.
Just part of the game. And then also wanted to mention that Josh Drack named to the USL Team of the Week.
Chainsaw.
So congratulations to Chainsaw. Do we have an explanation on that?
Yeah, he's Chainsaw.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I know, man.
Right, cool.
Church of Josh Drack, man. We're all officially part of the Josh Drack army.
So congrats to Josh
We're
Drack.
Drackers.
The Drackers?
Let's go Drackers. I don't know. Probably come up with something.
We're the Drackoffs.
Bunch of goddamn Drackoffs.
But he's named to the USL Team of the Week, so congratulations on that, man. G2 will be playing at Real Monarchs this Friday, May 14th, my birthday. Kickoff at 6 p.m. G2 travel for the first time this season.
Are you going? You should go for your birthday.
I'm going, yeah.
You should go. Why not?
I have plans.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not plans, but...
I wasn't invited, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't invite
you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
When is it?
Friday.
Same time as the Monarchs game?
Yeah.
I can't make it. I'm going to be watching it.
You suck.
You should go.
No.
Fuck my plan. Birthday weekend, Ed.
I know, right?
Birthday weekend.
So the G2s are 4-4-2 all time against the Monarchs, with the last matchup coming on September 7th of 2019. The last two times the Monarchs have hosted, they have outscored LA 9-0. So kind of a one-sided affair in the last couple of games. The Monarchs have only played once this season, a 2-2 draw versus San Antonio, where both teams saw a player sent off. San Antonio actually led 2-0 at the half, with the Monarchs drawing level within the first 10 minutes of the second half. So not much of a to go off on this year. Which, dude, the USL is so
very
strange.
new sign, very new team.
But USL's, so this will be the Galaxy's fourth game.
Yeah.
And Orange County haven't even played one yet.
It's because nobody's gonna watch it. But Ed, look, we gotta get ratings up.
It's just so weird. Like,
we gotta get ESPN Plus ratings up.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to, you gotta put Josh Drack on television if you want the people to tune in. It's what they figured out. It's how they got Lost to be a #1 hit show. If you look in the back, Josh Drack in the corner. You got to put Josh Drack on TV if you want to get ratings.
You want to get ratings, man.
You got to get ratings. Look, it's ratings game, I assume. I don't know how ESPN Plus works. But I assume they give a shit about how often people are watching. Got to put Josh Drack on. It's just the way it is.
One thing that I wanted to talk about is
Chainsaw.
Wow.
Chainsaw.
Augie Williams.
Oof, not a great start so far.
Not a great start to the season.
It's okay. Take your time. Oh, do it at G2. If you got something to work through it at G2.
So my question is why wait for the announcement of Loggy to be signed with the first team, and then not have him even on the 18 of the first team, and then to come on for G2 for 2 games? You would think his confidence would be pretty high, but he's not looked solid.
Well, that's what I wonder. I wonder if he's coming back from something. Like, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. But I wonder if he's coming back from some injury, and that's why it took a little bit of time. He wasn't in the first G2 game. Obviously wasn't in the roster for the first team until he got his deal, and then he got his deal, and he still wasn't on the roster for the first team. And he hasn't looked amazing for G2. So I wonder if he's coming back from something. But, yeah, otherwise, I don't know. Hopefully he gets to work through it. It's not looking great even at G2, but still very early in the year. So a lot of time to work through a lot of stuff. And, he's not injured. He is playing. But I look at it similarly to, the strides Marcus Fercranis has made starting at G2. It's like, yeah, he's starting, but Jalen Neal's hurt. So we're not quite there yet on that team. If he's starting G2 and we're a few weeks in and we're still seeing a lot of the same stuff, because he had a couple chances in that Tacoma game that he just whiffed on. I mean, things that you look at and you're like, last year that goes in.
He would have got that.
Last year that easy goes in.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if he's battling back, but got to pick it up. Monarchs are a great game to break it against. So keep going. Yeah,
I love it. Keep it going, guys. Let's move on, man. Let's talk about it.
He needs a dramatic social media.
Yeah,
post.
I saw that. Thank you, Jose. That's amazing. Yeah, man. Let's talk about it. The El Trafico.
Part 10?
The LA Derby.
What is up with this? Every
game.
There's no point, because we got, what is it, a couple weeks, and then we got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And so once we do it all over again, we're going to have another marketing executive telling us El Trafico is going to be on a Wikipedia page someday, because this is what we've already branded.
It shouldn't be called LA Trafico. It should be something like LA Derby.
But that's because they've trademarked it. It's because they own it. That's the only reason they give a shit about that. It's the only reason they care. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the Dylan Hernandez principle. Just ignore them. Just keep calling it whatever you want to call it, and ignore the people who are actively trying to get in your way on stupid things. Like, it's easy. You guys are calling it the LA Derby? Okay, well, we call it El Trafico.
I just love that every time there's a game, there's always an article that comes out as like, oh yeah, it should be called something else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It never matters.
But it goes to the homogenization of MLS.
It was on the graphic on Fox. On Fox, it said MLS on Fox, El Trafico next to it. When is it going to say LA Derby?
It's what it's called now. It's what we called in a couple weeks. It's what it's going to be called 15 years from now.
It's a really...
Well, not 15, because that team probably won't exist. They'll probably fold again.
It's a really weird thing to like,
and they'll become
waste.
LASC. Because, it's soccer in America.
That might be our name. But it just seems like a really weird thing to waste energy on. And to forget about it, because it's not important. That's why they forget about it.
Well, Chris, they got to win in the stands.
You won.
They got to win on the field, which they don't do.
Right. It's an option.
They also got to win on the internets.
You got to win on the stat sheets. That's a new one.
And the stat sheets. Forgot the stat sheets. Got to win on the stat sheets too. So
winning in the stands, winning on the stats. It's the way you gotta. It's the way you do it, all man.
But you know what? They take L. Oh. They take the L's on the internet.
Oh, goddamn.
They take the L's in the stands.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because I've seen pictures. They take the L's in the stands.
People having bad days, man.
People have taken naps in the stadium. It's weird. I don't know.
I would say overall, and maybe I just missed it, but
Honda Super Trafico.
I thought, that's a great name. That's a great name. I thought overall, like, it wasn't. I didn't get the normal sense of animosity.
Yeah, because
not animosity, but the normal sense of there wasn't tension in the same way there normally is, because the number was so reduced.
I feel like the 7,000 that they had, which they upped the number.
I can't believe 7,153. I think,
something like that.
I can't believe people still ran their mouths to a point where they were getting rocked. Like, you gotta be smarter than that to know that you're drastically fucking outnumbered.
Yeah.
The best case scenario is somebody else beats your ass. Like, what do you? Or
you're lucky enough that someone just holds you back.
And you're like, he was with his people. He was with his missus.
Oh, well, so the one that...
I hope there weren't kids there. But
the one that we're talking about, apparently, like, 5 of them came up to, like, 2 ACB dudes. And I'm not saying, two
guys. What time are we at? Let's
They
see if,
won't know.
let's see if he can. Well, I'm see if I can get Ben to.
That's fine.
They'll be all right.
They'll be all right. But yeah, apparently it was like 5 against 2 dudes, and those dudes, those 5 guys really regretted that decision.
Hey, you know, I only saw a part of one video, and you know, make smarter fucking decisions, man. Look, I saw it on. I'll word it like this. I saw it on somebody's Instagram.
Yeah.
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
By the way, I would like the full video sent to me. I would appreciate that.
I don't want that energy in my life.
No, I'm not a violent person.
Wait. I'll watch it on Ed's phone.
I'm not a violent person,
World Star.
but
Just upload it to World Star.
I would
upload it to World
love
Star.
to see that video
World Star.
because that makes me all tingly.
World Star.
And then I'll yell World Star in my room.
World Star.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about the game, man. You were there.
Chicha.
Let's talk about it, man. 2-1 of the good guys. Goals from your man, your boy, Chicha Dios.
I love the shrug celebration that I referenced earlier. A genuine look of like, hey, guess I can do this.
Guess I score.
I guess is what I do.
Yeah.
I come here. I play that team. All I know is when you play LAFC, you big guy score. Ethan Zuback, your Zlatan Ibrahimovic, your Chicharitos. It works. It works. It works. I goddamn love beating those people. More than just about anything in the world. Oh, goddamn, I love beating LAFC.
It's the best feeling in the world.
We should have talked about anything else until Ben got here, so he could revel in this with me.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he even watched the game.
Still undefeated at home.
Still,
Undefeated at home.
Still, baby.
I don't even know how we beat them, Ed. They're so good.
Well,
if I listen to
good,
ESPN, they're so good.
A good team's gonna be a good team, right?
Good soccer is good soccer, man.
Yeah.
Chicharito, underline, period, save, deadline. Oh, it's so good.
I love
World Star.
that it's still excuses.
There's always an excuse.
There's still excuses.
Look, man. It's the same thing. I gotta take this fucking board down.
I know it's pointless.
It's the same thing with. You know, I know you got to understand. I talked to Ed during the week. I bore him with all this shit greatly. But Ed, it's the same thing with working out.
I never get bored of it.
It's the exact same thing. Until you can fucking own up to what your situation is, it's just going to keep on happening.
Yeah.
They should tell the truth. What happened? They got outcoached. Their stats are great. The Galaxy soaked up pressure and played LAFC the exact way they wanted to.
Oh shit!
It's beautiful.
Maybe we should have waited for Ben.
Why?
Because I can't. I need him to play the music for my.
I don't need the music.
No, I need him. No, for my sad Leva tweets.
Oh yeah, we'll put it off.
You know what? It might have to just be like a separate episode we put up.
If he's back in time.
Like last time, it took like 30 minutes for me to read all 3.
Well, we'll read Tony's email and then we'll get to it. We'll buy some time. Yeah, they got outplayed, man. Their stats are great. The Galaxy.
They won them stats.
The Galaxy were getting grinded. If you're gonna win somewhere, win on a box sheet. The Galaxy were getting grinded.
Look at all the possession we had.
29. You know.
Oh, I was like I was saying like in there.
It was 29. 29, 31. I should look that up.
But this is like I'm embodying their arguments about how they had so much possession and so many more shots than us.
Well, you know the account that posted the LAFC
fan TV,
who had posted the stat line.
Conveniently cropped out the score line.
So I saw his post was like the reason Galaxy fans getting all the Galaxy fans getting all emotional. And he's like, the reason I cropped out the score, listen to this fucking bullshit. The reason I cropped out, Ben's talking about doing a clean show. How the hell is that ever going to happen?
No.
The reason I cropped out the score is because I wanted people to see that it's like, clearly I'm not concerned about LAFC's ability to score goals. Look at how we're dominating everywhere else. And it's like, well,
but
I haven't won any games by dominating everywhere else except the score sheet.
You know the score line is like
turns out
the only important part.
It's really the only thing anyone cares. You know who cares about fouls committed and fouls suffered and throw-ins and offsides? Me.
Yeah, nerds like us.
Yeah. You know who else gives a shit about it? Nobody. Not your fans, not your bosses. Nobody gives a fuck about how many corner kicks you had other than me. And I barely care. Yeah. In all my stats, I never tell you how many corner kicks. I passed over them. Don't care. Possessions? Don't care. Don't matter. You know what I care about? How many goals Landon Donovan had. You know what I care about? How many goals Chicharito has. You know what I care about? I care about the fact that Chicharito has 6 goals and they're all scored with Ethan Zuback on the field. I care about things like that because they're goals that help me win games so that I can win titles. But people who win participation trophies, people whose mindset is, you know what's success? You know what's victory as a soccer fan? You know what's victory as a soccer organization? Being 10 minutes away from winning the Champions League. Having the most goals scored by 2 of my forwards in one season.
Yeah.
Having my player win the Golden Boot and the MVP in the same year. That is success. That's why you cropped out that number. You didn't crop out that number because you wanted to show everyone how well you were playing, because you're not playing well. If 18-year-olds are embarrassing some of your most expensive players,
you
that's
remember,
not playing
you remember
well.
that time we won the Supporter Shield? What about
Twice.
all those times that
Back to back.
No, I'm in.
You're doing. Oh, sorry.
I'm doing
them.
Okay. I'm doing them.
I was taking away their honor. I'm sorry.
They won a Supporter Shield and won one playoff game in their entire existence.
Yeah.
In the entire time they've been here, and we've been this shit team, right? Because that's always the argument.
They've played 185 minutes more of playoff soccer than us.
In all this time that we've been a terrible team, and they've been the best soccer team in the world.
I like how you skip over country.
I mean, it's the world. They're the best in the world.
# Matt Doyle.
They've managed to win one playoff game.
Yeah. Against us.
Against us. and they're supposed to be this amazing soccer club.
Good soccer is good, man. You don't need to think past that.
And I love, and this goes, and we're not getting to Lawless because he's just an idiot.
He's not an idiot.
But
Alexi Lawless is a genius.
But it's like, his argument's like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
What have they done at all?
Yeah. But that's his thing.
And this is not even an LA Galaxy, LAFC thing. Like,
if he was talking about NYCFC, you'd have the same opinion.
I have the same opinion. They spend a lot of money, they get to a playoffs, and they do diddly shit.
But what is Alexi doing?
Oh, he's selling those. He's getting those
baiting,
clicks.
and I say this with love, guys, because I believe me, I'm one of you. If I'm not one of the highest ranking members in this army, most emotional fans on Twitter, at least in my world, Galaxy fans by country mile.
Oh yeah.
All Alexi.
I literally don't follow anyone else unless if I see someone follow me.
You check to see if they're a Galaxy fan.
I'll check if they're a Galaxy fan.
That's what I do.
I literally follow no one else anymore.
It's how you keep a safe bubble.
Yeah.
But he wants engagement, and he wants eyes, and he wants clicks and quote tweets because he wants everyone to see his nonsense. He is always going to say the most ridiculous thing, because the thing Alexi Lawless does is get under your skin. That's what he's shooting for. That's what he's aiming for. Herculez Gomez did the same thing. Would Gio come back to the Galaxy? What?
That's just
Why?
it's clickbait.
It's clickbait.
Yeah.
It's all clickbait. They're all Dylan Hernandez's. They're all Dylan Hernandez. They want your retweets.
Well, we all know the MLS media is,
biased, to say the least.
They take it on the chin from LAFC. We'll leave it at that.
They're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I the game, the thing that's important.
Yes.
Fucking Alexi Lawless. I wish I had pre-done ups and downs. I didn't pre-do any ups and downs. There's a few easy ones we can grab.
Yeah, obviously.
I love Chicharito goal so much, so much.
And I still it's the one thing that they have on, like they keep talking like, oh well, that goal was offsides. Well, no.
I thought he was on.
If you see who's I think it's Blackman.
Blackman.
His foot is outstretched and keeps Chicharito on.
Yeah.
And so if you want to blame anybody, you can't blame the refs. You blame your defender for not stepping out with the rest of his team.
Don't blame anyone. It's soccer. Sometimes people are offside and they're actually on, and sometimes they're onside and they get called off. It's part of the fucking game. I know there's a lot of excuses, and I know there's again excuses. There will always be excuses.
Yeah.
There's a lot of air quotes reasons, but it's soccer, man. Sometimes a guy is off and gets called on. It's just part of the fucking game. Grow up or stop watching it. That's also cool. Both of those are fine, but that's something that happens all the time. How's an LAFC fan complaining about a player actually being offside and it not getting called?
Yeah, how many times that happened to us in their games? Yeah.
Oh my god.
But let's talk about that tackle though. That slide tackle from Derek Williams.
It impregnated me.
I'll give Chicha all the credit in the world for scoring that goal.
Yeah, it's a great take.
But
great control.
My goodness, that tackle from Derek Williams. I mean, I'll do this a couple times today. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. As Damien says, delicious.
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 That tackle was
into an assist.
whew,
Into an assist.
Yes.
Directly into an assist from his offensive third. The center back.
Yeah.
From his offensive third. Like, who recovering from an ankle injury. He's like, nah, it's cool. I got it. And they got 60-something% possession. That's cool. I got it. Bam. A Von Damme-ish tackle.
Yes.
Beautiful. A Kalishman-esque tackle. Beautiful. I'm enjoying. It's a good group of guys.
Yeah.
It's a good group of guys, man. It's a James, it's for you. It's a good group of lads.
The lads.
The lads in the locker room, right? In the boot room, right? That's what ESPN calls it, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a tackle and a half. What you want? What we've missed.
I mean, I think that's one thing you saw from this game that Greg addressed is like, hey, we need to be more defensively sound. I mean, and that's just
Did it make you soggy?
the sock, baby. I had to change my pants 3 times.
Oh, I don't know what that sound was.
When I went, it went when I went walking away.
It's disgusting. It's pretty gross.
I had the soggiest of draws.
The soggiest of draws. But no draws on that day. Yeah, great. I like Williams, man.
I loved the defensive effort of the team this time. You saw that they were. I mean, obviously, it was a game that we were willing to give possession away.
Yeah, we knew what they were going to do.
Yeah,
we knew Bob was outcoached, and if you're
before they even stepped on the field,
it was over.
Bob was outcoached. The Boo but Bradley, as he's being called.
Greg knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to play the exact same way he always plays the Galaxy, which is heavy metal. They call it heavy metal football, at least for Liverpool. But heavy metal, we're just going to fucking keep coming at you. And Greg was like, hey, let's take a Chicharito mentality.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. My time will come. And when my time comes, I'm going to work that ass. And that's exactly what we did. You don't need to win possession. You don't need to outpass your teams. It's great when you can do it. It's nice to have the ability to do it, but you don't need to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You need to be able to take advantage of your chances when they come. And they couldn't do it, and we could. And that's all that matters. Great move. Bringing Saldana back in. See, pronounced it right. Player with high pass completion rate. Safe. Likes to pass sideways. Likes to pass back. Rather take control of the ball. Give your team a second to rest. Bringing. This is Greg.
Then you bring in Harvey to just fuck dudes up.
Crush some ankles.
Just crunching tackles, baby.
You can see LAFC is going to play. They played through the middle. They didn't have Vela to run that little offensive offside trap. I don't know what you would call it, but where they do that overlap on the side, and then you're expecting the forward closest to the inline to pounce on the ball, but really it's going to a forward 2 or 3 guys past him, and it just gets played long in front. That's usually what they do. We could see them coming through the middle. We could see them playing through the top left side, play the exact same way we do with Villafania. Just shut it down. You want to go to our most defensive side? Go ahead. You know what it's going to take? And this is Greg. This is Greg. You know what it's going to take? It's going to take a bounce back performance from Adam Saldana, the young defenseman, and from Julian Araujo, who just had a nightmare game. And what did you get? Saldana, a tidy game, good enough. And Araujo, best game of the season by far.
Probably one of his best games he's ever had.
One of his best games for the Galaxy, yeah.
I mean, stat-wise, the kid was crazy.
But knowing, this is Greg, knowing Julian's on the cusp of a national team call-up, hey, you're still my man. Don't worry about that shit. I still believe in you. I know you got it in the biggest games. I can rely on you. But for Saldana, knowing that potentially we're getting ready to bring in somebody else that's going to drop you down a spot on the depth chart. Hey, clearly I have eyes for you. Clearly I'm paying attention to your career. Clearly I have faith in your ability.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting you in what is the most important game so far this year. After in a bounce back game for where you had some challenges. The man management. I like Greg Vanny very much. I want him to stay, and I want him to keep being this person.
That's an understatement.
I want him to.
I kind of like Greg Vanny.
I want him to keep doing it's things like this.
Yeah.
Like these are the things that GBS didn't do. These are the little things that hey, bringing in Cameron Dunbar late in the game when you're getting overrun, when you would think we're going to bring in another defender. We're going to bring in someone to slow down the LAFC attackers, or someone who's going to help plug up the middle, which I'll be honest with you, a conservative soccer fan like myself, that's what I would have done. If I was the coach and I was standing on the end line, I would have brought another defender, another midfielder, try to slow the game down, try to hold the ball. What does Greg do? No, I'm going to put the fastest fucking kid I have. Go. I don't know what he said to him, obviously. I imagine the coach's words to Cameron Dunbar was simply, go give him a hard time. Go be a fucking nuisance.
That's the thing is you take out Zuback, right? You take out Zuback, and you bring in Cameron Dunbar. Zuback, who's the guy who's going to run.
Till the daddy took the T-bird away.
And nice. And you saw that these guys put everything into that first, 70, 75 minutes. Mm-hmm. And so you saw guys were gassed. You bring in Cameron Dunbar, who is just going to put pressure on, at times, 3 players.
3, 4 guys, yeah. He makes the second goal.
He makes that second goal because he wins the ball first, and then it's hard. He's surrounded by 3 different guys, loses the ball, but immediately is like, I'm gonna put.
He just
pressure.
Stays on the play. He literally never gives up. The moment he gives the ball away, he's back defensive. How do I pressure this fucking guy? Disrupts 3 people. He just pass a triangle around the kid and pass the ball out. He disrupts 3 people, wins the ball back, crosses to Javier, who grabs it, and it's just like, somebody's going to be there. Because that's what we do in practice. Someone's there.
Yeah.
I don't know who's there, but fucking someone's there. Gets it. Looks like it's going to go to Ephraim.
Yeah.
And then Jonah calls him off.
Jonah's like, fuck
you touch
off.
that fucking ball. You touch that fucking ball. And Jonathan just passes it into the net.
Oh, just the gentlest of just kisses the ball.
Delicious.
Yes.
Delicious. Great game.
And I'm so glad because look, Jonathan has not had the best start of the campaign, right?
It's the most anyone's needed a goal since Javier scored in the opener.
I mean, and the guy, they even pointed out he doesn't score. That's not what his
It's his 6th goal.
But what a time to score that goal, and what you saw the raw just the raw fuck yes.
Yeah.
If
see what it means.
If an emotion could be summed in words, it would be a fuck yeah.
Yeah. But you know what you get out of these moments. You get it's the view. It's the small glimpse, the rare glimpse, truly inside the locker room. The thing we all want. The thing we all desire. I think if we had our way, just me. It's just me, really. But I assume everyone else is like this. If you could give anything, if you could for one day, actually be a player. If you could for one day actually be on the Galaxy and look into that locker room. For 30 seconds, we got to see inside that locker room. For 30 seconds, we got to see them celebrate, and we get to see what they're like as a team.
And I don't know if they haven't posted anything yet, but I want to see, and I think a lot of people have mentioned this. I want to see that Greg Vanny post game locker room.
I haven't seen it yet. I hope there's one. I imagine it might have been a little.
I just imagine it's too many
questionable.
Too many
couple bleeps.
Yeah, because they in the first time they posted that they had to censor out a couple of words.
Yeah.
But I can imagine someone was like every other word was like, we fucking did it. This is I can imagine. That's why they're like, we can't really release those. But I want a raw, unedited version of those.
Yeah, they got to be great, man. I'm digging all of it, man. It seems like a really good group. They all seem dialed in. I hope there's a lot of attention being paid to the attitudes and mentalities of the guys coming in. I love Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He scores amazing goals. I don't think I'd want him on this team just because I don't want him disrupting what they're building. We are better than the sum of our parts. There's no two ways about it. We're playing better soccer. We're playing better soccer, I think, than a lot of people expected. Certainly better than I expected.
Yeah.
Well,
I honestly didn't think this is I thought the team that played today would be the style we would play
later in
all of the games.
Yeah.
Where we give up possession, we're a counterattacking team. I thought with Greg being a defensive player, And coming into a team that has been one of the worst defensive teams in the last couple of years, I thought Greg would have come in and be like, all right, we're gonna play from the back up. We're gonna play defensively. We're gonna win dirty, ugly 1-0 games. We're gonna get a goal, shut it down, and that's how we're gonna build the confidence. That's how we're gonna build back the culture of winning.
Yeah.
And coming into the season, he put an emphasis on keeping the ball, holding the ball, passing it around, playing out
Preseason's
of the
very
back.
slow. Preseason's very, very, very calm, very determined. Like taking Shore to have one-touch passes.
Yeah.
Clearly taking. I mean, we can. If you want to, you can go back and look at the preseason games. We have them. It's so clear in hindsight. It's so clear now. Like, we fully intended to rarely have the ball. We knew there were going to be times we would rarely have the ball, and we needed to be calm and know what to do when we had it. We needed to cycle around when we had it. We needed to know where to go when we don't have it. And we need to be prepared for those instances, because all the teams we're going to play are all better than everybody we're playing right now. So when we're playing FC Tucson, when you're playing an Orange County team, when you're playing early reserves New England, and we don't need to go balls to the wall. We don't need to be running like crazy. You don't need Ethan going nuts. You know what we need? We need to see what we're going to do when we do have it, because we're not always going to have it. And it's really, really fucking important when we do. I'm a very happy person, Ed.
I mean, I don't think you can be unhappy with the 3 wins out of the first 4 games. I want to see that sad sack that is like, no, it's not good.
There's always one, man.
There's always got to be something, right?
There's nothing you can do about that. But it's a good time, man. It's a good group of guys. They're fighting for each other. Like it's chemistry. It's not. Chemistry is not the word. It's like camaraderie.
It's a team playing for each other. It's you
it's
honestly
intangible.
you see them actually caring about each other, which I don't think you've seen for a while. I think because you've had whatever you want to say, fucking toxic, clubhouse or whatever you want to say. But man, this team looks like they fight for each other.
It's fair to say there's been a toxic element inside the locker room for 5 years, the last 5 years, 4 years at least,
Right.
probably 5 years. To have that out, and everyone running in the same. Nobody celebrates alone. No one ever celebrates alone. If Javier, like, even if Chicharito scores and celebrates by himself, he gets. Believe me, again, I cut the gifts. He gets 3-4 seconds by himself, and then he's mobbed.
Yeah.
Mobbed. Watch Jonathan's goal. He is mobbed by the bench. He's mobbed by everybody.
Oh yeah, I love it, and celebrates with the fans too.
It's just heart, man.
Love
it's
it.
fucking.
Love
It's
it. And you basically play with the man down with playing Grand Sierra on the right side.
He's not amazing.
Yeah, you know what? It's I'm trying to, and we say this every week. Got to give him a little
We
benefit.
keep giving him time, man.
Got to give him time.
Keep giving him time. Still, only one person speaks the line. When Cabral gets here, it's going to get a lot more interesting. If
Well, because that's what I'm interested in. Because they have Cabral, or they have Grand Sierra playing out on the right.
Mm-hmm. Cabral will play on the left.
Cabral's gonna play on the left. Here's the thing: is like we always talk about, who's gonna be sitting.
So now you're starting to see.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sat Grand
Sierra.
Sierra.
No, you're crazy. Nah, you're nuts. You don't start that kid. You tank his self-esteem.
Okay.
To absolutely tank it. He's getting better. It's not.
He was pretty invisible in this game.
You watch him in the first like 20 minutes. Watch him while he's getting going. It's. I think fitness might be a huge issue. I think he's getting gassed really, really early. Let this guy get a little bit of time. I know I'm super Mr. Positive. Everything's going to be great. Give this guy a little bit of time, but more importantly, let him get someone else who's on the field who speaks the same language he does. Let him get, if it ends up happening with this, how do you pronounce this kid's name? Raveloson. If he ends,
I probably didn't call him Renee. Or
that's not his name, so don't do that.
No. What is it?
I think it's Ryan.
Ryan, sorry.
If we end up signing this Ryan Raveloson guy, that's another player who's going to be relatively close to him, who speaks French.
Yeah.
By this point,
no, I get it.
Later in the game,
understand.
Julian should understand a little more French.
Yeah.
Chicharito should have picked up some French. He will have picked up some English. I imagine some Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish players on the field. they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But he's on a new team in a new country in a new league, and no one speaks his language. Like I'm still down to give him a little bit of time.
Because they were like, oh yeah, well, Kleshin knows French. I'm like, yeah, but he probably knows I don't think he knows
well, for one
fluent French.
For one half of the game, Grandsier's on the other side of the field from him.
Yeah. So how much communication?
Even if he's on the bench, he's on the complete opposite side of the field. What can he do?
Sasha came in for 20 minutes. It's at a point where I think Grandsir might have been taken out of the game by at that point.
Grandsir was relatively early, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the one. If you want to have to be something critical about the game, it's him being pretty invisible.
Grandsir, yeah, and even that doesn't concern me too much. Sasha came in the 63rd minute for Grandsir. And he comes in for the guy, so he can say in French, "Hey, you're off." And what other?
Well, I'm pretty sure his number going up probably it's me.
Yeah, probably. Oh, it's me. Jog out of here.
But we didn't even talk about the man who was pivotal, even more so probably than anybody on that field.
You talking about Lord Zuback?
We're talking about Johnny Bond. Johnny Bondy.
Johnny Bond. Whoa.
Johnny Bonds.
Johnny Bonds.
My man put in work.
Work and a half.
And this is what we said. In order to win games, we're going to have a guy who's going to be able to come up big for us. Because we're going to, and it's still working backline. It's still working, defensive, building cohesion in front of him.
Well, yeah. And
my man, and rightly so, won Lars' man of the match.
Bondy,
and
that's fair.
And chug the drink, which I always love when they do that.
Hey, it's a good start.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He needs to be able to win us games from the pipes.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast. He faces, I think we're tied for the most shots, or we're just. I just looked this up too.
And they mentioned it during the game. He has the most saves in the league, but I mean that might have changed.
Might be tied for them. I think he might be tied for the most saves in the league. He has the most saves in the league. But we're tied for second most shots in the league, like shots faced in the league, with the second most clearances per game in the league. He's getting peppered. But if you heard his post game interview, he's not all that concerned. Yeah. He's like, we've given up a couple goals, but
it's kind of my job to stop shots. So,
but he doesn't say things like, yeah, it's my job to stop shots, and when we make defensive mistakes, I got to make sure I'm in the right place. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I saw the goals we've given up. I'm okay with them. I'm okay with the goals we've given up so far. I think I've done very well. I think the back line's done very well. The mood is just good.
Yeah.
The mood is good, man. Greg takes negative on him, gives positive to the guys. Bondy takes negative on him, gives positive to the guys. Everyone is fucking paying it forward and keeping it moving. Bondy is outstanding. An outstanding goalkeeper so far. Earned every single penny. I'd give him a 10-year deal right now.
Yeah, do it.
Nah, somebody's going to cut this, send it back to me like a year. Like,
you idiot. What do you know? You stupid. Stick to your stupid jersey numbers.
I will. They make me happy. Yeah, they make me really happy.
I mean, let's talk about Zuback. I didn't think he had the greatest of games.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looked like a little bit reverted back to old Zuback of oof. Like a lot of plays you're just like he made, you're like, oh, why'd you do that? Like, there's a lot of times where he just couldn't get off his foot or whatever, but he would bring down the ball, drive it out a little bit to the corner of the box. He had at times a Chicha and Grandsir open where he could make the cross, but just couldn't get out in front of him or get a clean pass. There's a lot of times where he would try to take it on and just it's Zuback, so it's not gonna work out a lot of times. But I mean, again, that's not what you're having him on the field for.
No,
you have him on the field to do that dirty work that Chicha can't do,
and to separate defenders from him.
Yes,
and he clearly did that effectively. Or Chicharito wouldn't have been alone. In part, wouldn't have been alone in that free space to get that Williams pass. It's a part of a game plan, and Ethan does his part very, very well. It is he started almost in the hole of like a 4-2-3-1, but any logical person will tell you it's 4-4-2. He still operated a lot of the same zones he normally does. I just think we're, for some reason, really, really reluctant to use a 4-4-2, and that's okay. Hey, that's okay. 4-2-3-1 with a 4-4-2 personnel that plays like a 4-4-2. That beats my rival. I'll take it.
Again, and coaches will tell you like formations it don't matter.
Nah, it's philosophies. It's all about how players are thinking and how players are expecting to move on the field.
Most coaches have it where it's more fluid than that.
Well, you definitely have some that are very stoic and will want to keep a certain way, but it doesn't seem to be how we operate. We're willing to move, and Chicharito drops very, very deep. Ethan will play a point. Leggett has played the point. We're willing to move guys around. Vasquez moved out to the left. Grandsir out to the left. Grandsir out to the right. Grandsir's a cam. Grandsir up top. Like we're willing to move bodies to make shit work.
And that also
it's all philosophy.
It also gives us an advantage to where teams are trying to figure us out. But if you have all these guys like moving around, constantly changing positions, like
you think Bob Bradley thought Ethan Zuback was starting as a cam and Vasquez would be dropped completely?
Yeah,
Vasquez, who's been one of the most important players of the whole season, that he wouldn't make the field at all.
Well, I guess he's still working off that groin injury or whatever. Maybe it just didn't.
We don't do anything don't do anything to aggravate it or rush it back.
Especially for a guy who's older,
Absolutely. And by the way, if you're currently in the live chat, go ahead and twiddly dinks that thumbs up and that subscribe button for me. Do me a favor.
And get a share.
Do a share too if you want. Or I guess regardless, Ed just wants you to do it.
Yeah, regardless. Also, Chicha named to the MLS Team of the Week. So
respect my boy.
Vanny is named as a Coach of the Week. And then you also had Jonathan on the bench.
You have to name Vanny Coach of the Week because they keep fucking blowing LAFC and telling me they're the best goddamn team. So if you outplay them, if you outplay them and you outplay their Chivas USA coach, then you by default would have to be the best manager in Major League Soccer. That's how it works, right?
Well, when you beat the best team that's ever played every game, so you have to. And
still undefeated at home, LA Galaxy.
So there's that. Whatever,
If you're into that, if you're into winning games, if you're into like winning shit,
and if you want to call yourselves the kings of LA, I mean, you kind of have to win most of the games, right? I would think. It
would be cool if their captain could score a goal, but you'd have to show up to work before he could do that. So I could see how that's a little difficult. Then he'd have to actually talk to his manager, which he doesn't really seem to enjoy doing all that often.
He's probably gonna get sold in summer, so that's
hot takes from Ed. I like it. You calling your shot? Vela to.
I mean, that's been the rumor for a little bit. So, and it's only getting amplified because he wasn't hurt in the first game, but was taken out. Even Bob Bradley was like, "Yeah, that was my mistake."
Yeah, he went from not hurt to hurt for 3 weeks.
To not playing
really fast.
Not playing, after the first 20 minutes of that first game. So.
And the team constantly talking about contract negotiations.
All right.
Maybe he'll end up at Chivas Guadalajara.
Maybe. Who's your man of the match?
Bondi's fair. Bondi's real fair.
I think that's a good shout.
Julian's fair. Couple good shouts, but I got to give it to Big Bondi.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Bond deserves that man of the match.
Ooh, can I give it to Ephraim for fucking embarrassing that dude in front of Bob Bradley? I don't want to forget about that moment.
Look, put aside the win, put aside the Chicha goal, put aside the Jonathan goal, put aside the Jonathan Bond saves. The best thing that came out of that game was Ephraim's nutmeg. Well, who was it on?
I don't remember. I'll find out real quick.
It wasn't Blessing. Who's the other?
Who's the other black one? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I was not going to say that. Anyways, the reaction.
Oh, it was Mark Anthony K.
Mark Anthony K. There you go. The reaction from Bob Bradley is fucking priceless. It's so damn pleasing to see the coach just see his player literally in front of his face.
Soul taken away.
And just looking so disgusted.
And he's screaming, no foul, no foul, no. Oh, God damn it.
It's so tasty. Delicious. Delicious. So soggy.
Yeah.
So soggy.
I'm going to miss all these.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Yeah, that was great. I'll give it to Ephraim
just for that.
Destroying that grown man's soul.
Just for that. All right, let's get into Big Tony's email. I want to give a big thank you to Big Tony for these every week. We do appreciate it, sir. Prognostication. Same old Chivas, always losing. In the first Saturday game of our season, we saw our beloved G's take on the team better known for their marketing than their on-field results. That's right, Chivas USA version 2. It was billed by a clash of the Mexican superstars, and they sure did shine. Javier Hernandez, aka Chicha, scored his 6th goal of the campaign, while Jonathan Dos Santos slotted home the winner. And not to be left out, Efrain Alvarez megged some random player in black right in front of Skeletor Bradley. That wasn't enough to make Skeletor sit down in disgust. Or that was enough to make Skeletor sit down in disgust. Sure, the G's didn't maintain possession or control the pace of the match, but they made their chances count, and goalkeeper Jonathan Bond made sure to keep the G's in the game until the offense figured it out. 2-1 for the good guys. So what happened with the boys? Well, if you remember, both Ben and Ed showed they didn't believe in the team yet, and each predicted 2 draws, which we told you, if Chris, this has been proven, it go back to the numbers. When me and Ben agree on a result, and Chris says we're going to win, I guarantee you.
It tends to work.
It tends to work that we win that game. But let me go back to the email. Both Ben and Ed showed they didn't believe in the team and predicted 2-2 draws. Only Chris kept the faith, predicting a 2-0 victory and foreseeing a goal by Hernandez. So Chris grabs 2 points, while Ben and Ed each register each. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I predicted a Chicha goal, so I should get 1 point.
I thought you had to get the score right.
I thought if you get a goal score, you get a point. That's the game, right?
I'll be honest with you. I don't understand. I learned how balls and beers works this week.
I thought if you predicted a goal score, because that's why you got 1 point for the Chicha goal.
Yeah, but I predicted the win. You predicted a draw. I think you have to get the result right.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'm going to contest that non-point. I'm contesting it, Anthony. I don't think you're in.
Anthony. Oh my! I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic and let Ed talk his way out of this.
I am protesting that. I believe I should get a point because I predicted.
I figure out how to put that music on. That boom.
No, that's it. I'm over the rant. But I predicted Chicha scoring 1 goal, so I feel I should get that point. But I digress. You're the commissioner.
I genuinely just don't know.
Your mic's not on.
Oh, really? I genuinely just don't know the rules. For all I know, you get a point for it. I'll be honest with you. I don't have any real feelings on it. Yeah. So I hope you get a point because I think it would make you happy, and it makes me happy.
Yes. Chris has actually posted points in all 4 games so far, and now leads with 8 points. Ed second with 3, and Ben in last 2. See, if I got that extra point, it cuts your lead in half. So.
But you didn't.
I didn't. Well,
Well, you might.
Contest it. I would like to remind Ed and Ben the point of the prediction game is to get points, not zeros.
Damn.
Again, Anthony, I contest it.
Again, Anthony, I don't agree with you.
I do not agree with you.
I'm calling
your
you
assessment.
So that you can give me my goddamn points?
I would like a recount, sir.
Oof.
I would appreciate that.
We just get a follow-up next week?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if Tony.
I get the feeling you're going to get a follow-up to your very brash comments.
I didn't think it's brash. I just want to recount.
Well, now you're back talking. You know, you gotta be strong, Ed. You gotta be firm.
Give me my goddamn point, Anthony.
Whoa! You give me my motherfucking points. Before I start shooting.
All right, let's get into a little fantasy update, Christopher. How did you do this week?
Well, for
because
one,
I gave Ben really bad advice this weekend.
Yeah, I don't,
And he took out all his Nashville players.
This is the problem.
That would have made him dumb points.
You didn't do anything wrong. This is the problem. He keeps listening to you.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I definitely don't think I'm certainly not MLS fantasy guru or anything crazy. But I watch a little bit of Major League Soccer.
Sorry, Travis goes, Ed just went, Anthony, can I talk to your manager? I went full Karen.
You went full Karen,
and you know what? If I'm wrong, I'll apologize.
No, you're not going full Karen right now. Now you're backtracking. If you're going full Karen, you got to just fucking stick with it.
They lead me out in handcuffs.
You have to have a.
And I say this is against my constitutional rights.
You need a family member who is speaking as a representative of the family to write a letter on your behalf about how, I guess you're not racist. That's usually how it goes. But like, this isn't how you intended. You're being mischaracterized by the media, which I guess in this case is me. And you actually have nothing but the utmost respect for Anthony and all people like Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Lives Matter, so that's why I'll fly that
Anthony
flag.
Lives Matter. Oh my God, yeah. I'm mutant.
What were we talking about?
Karen Rodriguez.
Yeah, hey man.
We were talking about fantasy, brother.
I got my new haircut. I should have got it deeper on the one side. Just let the bangs hang.
There you go. Let the bangs hang.
Yeah.
No, I did pretty well. I had Lovitz from Nashville. I just picked up Walker Zimmerman, who I think was one of the highest scoring players of the week,
Yeah,
or at least
solid
the
week,
highest
man.
scoring defender.
Still top 5. You're sitting.
I'm up there, bro.
Sitting pretty on number 3. I'll go through the top 5 again. Number 1, Vocal Fry. 2 is MBFC. 3 is our boy Christopher Tucker in 3rd place.
Cuckoo.
Number 4, Rufus United. I love that name. And then sitting 5th is Riot Squadcast OF.
You think there's 2 Rufuses running the same team?
Well,
Or is it
I
a
feel
single
like
person?
if it so it might have been like a Rufus City and then like a Rufus AFC, and they're like, hey, we're gonna combine
Get together.
and then just be
Bang
Rufus
it out.
let's bang it out.
Well, let's touch tips. Become
Or
Rufus United.
scissor, because we don't know.
Hey,
We don't know.
whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. I'm cool.
And they just became Rufus United.
Yeah, man. Yeah, whatever you're into. I
feel at least-
just want to watch.
But
Sorry,
at
whatever
least
you're
one of the
into is
Rufus
cool.
like has like a missing front tooth, right?
Why?
Rufus just sounds like a
What about Rufus
Country.
Wainwright? Who is that? Rufus Wainwright? That's a singer, right? No.
I don't know.
I feel like I've heard that name before. It's like, watch me be a serial killer.
But like isn't the redneck from Simpsons called Rufus?
Cletus.
Cletus, that's
the
what it is.
slack-jawed yokel.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel.
Anyways, I have to go. I am currently sitting 23rd. I had a pretty decent week though. I had 78 points. So I did one better than you, but still, you had that one amazing week as Chicha as your captain. So I have to go all the way to the second page to figure out where Ben is.
Wow.
So I am going to go. He is 44th.
How
But
many people do we have?
he had a decent week too. He had 71 points in the week.
That's not bad. That's really good, actually.
I did tell him to take out his Nashville players who beat
He shouldn't listen to you.
a red hot New
He
England.
hasn't learned to stop listening to you
No.
about soccer over me.
He did captain Rui Diaz though, which was smart because he
That's a
had
good
2 goals
call.
on the weekend against Portland. So that was pretty smart of him. But
And don't forget, everybody, it is a dual match week for many teams in Major League
Yes.
Soccer. First games are on Wednesday.
get them double points.
So you want to get, no, that's not how it works anymore.
No?
So you want to get your team set, make sure it's set by Wednesday evening. It's no longer double points for teams that play twice in the same week. Now each match is held as its own, and whichever match gets the higher points, that's what you get. So if you play, it works out to make it a little more interesting for you,
Yeah.
because the way the double points worked out, if you got double points and they were both negative, you just took a fucking massive hit. And if you happen to get double points on someone who was your captain, or or someone who got red carded, like, you were screwed. So I think they've just changed it, and because of I imagine COVID, like, they're ramping up a lot of, we're gonna do midweek games here and there. I don't know if it's something that's gonna stick around forever, but definitely for this year, double games, whichever week gives you, or whichever fixture gives you the majority of your points that a player would get, that's the ones that get saved for the week. So matches are on Wednesday. Make sure you get all set up.
There you go. Back to Big Tony's email. We're going to go to listener predictions. Same old Chivas, right? Well, most listeners thought so, but 7 expected to see a Galaxy loss, while 11 agreed with Ben and Ed expecting a draw. That means out of the 74 participants this week, 56 points on the board. We had 17 listeners correctly predict a 2-1 victory, and 16 of those listeners knew Hernandez would score a goal, but none of them foresaw Dos Santos finishing the goats off. So 16 people were able to grab 4 points. There were 5 listeners who predicted a win with both Jonah and Chicha goal, but they all expected more scoring, so they only grabbed 3 points. Thinking back to last week, we saw Ryan take the top spot with a perfect prediction, and he continues his strong performance, grabbing 4 points, 4 more points to bring his total to 12. Good for top of the table.
That's a ballsy pick. Jonathan to get a goal. Chicharito and Jonathan to get a goal against LAFC.
Yeah.
It's a ballsy pick.
Jose S. was also able to grab 4 points, keeping him 1 behind the leader, same as last week. However, there are now some changes below. Before he had a 3-way tie for second, but now we have a 3-way tie between Jamie, I'm assuming it's Jamie, JJ, and Sneaks in third at 9 points. 6 listeners are tied for fourth with 8 points, and 14 more are 1 point behind that in fifth. It is still anyone's game. The link will have been sent out Tuesday afternoon. And as always, follow at BigTony_42 on Twitter for the link and daily reminders to answer your predictions. Full standings are available on RiotSquadcast.com. And while you're there checking the standings, look at other stuff we have on there. Because we appreciate you guys. Went on our website.
Yeah.
So
Enjoy it.
Go there. Looking forward. What happened?
I said go, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have a good look.
Looking forward.
Screenshot.
What's that you say? You hate day games because they are so hot? Or are you in luck this week? MLS has decided to give us a wonderful...
You really should enunciate that sentence. You ran that sentence a little too quickly.
Okay,
do it one more
let's
time.
go back.
Slow it down. Yeah.
Looking forward. What's that you say? You hate day games because they're so hot?
No, hold on, brother. You want me to read it?
How was that? What am I saying wrong?
It's the way you're enunciating it just doesn't...
You hate day games because they're so hot.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
I don't know.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I don't get it.
It's okay. You're fine.
You suck, Chris. Well, are you in luck this week? MLS has decided to give us a wonderful 12:30 p.m. I'm trying to
You're like, why do you keep making me say it?
I'm trying to give it a little flavor. That's why.
No, you're good. It's very flavorful.
Thank you. MLS has decided to give us
Saucy,
a
if
wonderful, spicy. Us Latinos are spicy. 12:30 p.m. start time.
Latin temper.
Latin tempers, baby.
It's got that Latin temper. It's like, what the fuck?
But it wasn't a racist thing.
Is that what happened?
According to
of course, that's
his
what's going to
colleagues.
happen. Yeah, he's not in a country where they give a shit about that.
12:30 p.m. start time on Saturdays versus Austin FC. Thanks, MLS. Ugh, that's a beginning part of that. So this Saturday, the G's host the Austin Trees. I'm not sure what their team nickname is, but they prominently it's Verde. It's
something green.
It's literally a color. But they prominently
green.
Green. But they prominently feature a tree on their badge, so Austin Trees it is. Heading into the game, the Trees have 2 wins and 2 losses with a 0-goal differential, having led in 5 and scored 5.
That's just like us.
They currently sit in 8th in the West with 6 points, while the G's are tied for 2nd in the West with the Smurfs at 9 points. There haven't been enough games, so it's difficult to know if the Trees represent a solid team. They have lost. They lost last week against Kansas City after a former New York City FC midfielder and current Trees captain, Alex Ring, received his 2nd yellow card of the game for a sloppy challenge. Up until the Ring was sent off, the Trees seemed to have the better quality attack compared to Kansas City. So how will the G's fare this Saturday? Last weekend, the G's were under the constant pressure from Chivas and ended up surrendering possession far too easily and far too often. Luckily, Chivas sucks and Bond played great. The G's couldn't string many passes together through the midfield as the absence of Victor Vasquez was clearly an issue. However, there is a chance we might see a little of Kevin Cabral as he has been training with the team. His presence might help the G's improve their attack, take pressure and marking away from Hernandez, and perhaps help Grandsir feel a little more comfortable on the field. What will we see on Saturday? Christopher Tucker.
Green.
Vamos Verde, or what is it?
I don't.
Let's go Verde. They have like some Spanglish thing they do.
It would be terrible if you only spoke Spanish and you showed up to an Austin game and you didn't know anything about it.
And it's these,
you just see these pasty
hipsters that have come out and be like,
who are just like green, and you're like, what's wrong with that person? And I'm like, he's what a soccer fan is here.
You just hear them, Vamos Verde.
America's awesome, isn't it? Vamos Verde.
Yeah.
We can't name the episode Vamos Verde.
No. Well, no, it'd be
hashtag Vamos Verde. Then all the downloads.
Yeah, all the downloads. We'd get all the pasty hipsters.
Pasty, yeah. Yeah, man. It's a good time to be playing Austin. It's a great time to be playing Austin. A team playing away here for the first time, missing their captain.
Yeah.
With the Galaxy playing hot. Them probably not having they're playing fine. Certainly for an expansion team, they're playing fine, but they're not out to some crazy hot start. It's a perfect time for us to be able to take advantage of them.
Yeah, they won against a not great Colorado. They barely beat a 1-0 team. They barely beat Minnesota, the terrible team, 1-0. So it's not like they ran out to score against them. They lost to a Kansas City who's not had the greatest of starts of the season as well. It's a very, very winnable.
It should be. It's something. Look, at some point, we don't have to be cocky. We don't have to start assuming we're going to win every game. But at some point, there are matches you're going to have to be a little confident going into. if there is a game so far this season that we should feel a little more comfortable going into, this seems like it would be the example so far.
Yeah.
Everything else you were justified in being a little nervous
And
for.
my goodness, I don't know what it is about them. I think it's just like the fake feeling of this team.
Well, they actively tried to steal another MLS Cities team.
That I didn't even remember.
Like every time I think about Austin, I think about them trying to steal someone else's
I just
club.
think of the people who post videos of them,
Green.
and it's like how original they are, and it's like, well, no, you're doing songs that MLS has been doing for the last 15, 20 years, and it's like, I specifically remember one guy who's like posted like, this is gonna be the song of the year. People are gonna remember this one, and it's a song that ACB is doing since like their inception.
You guys have never heard this song before, but we're ready. Vamos, vamos, vamos. What is it? Verdi? Verdi. I mean, I don't pronounce it much better than them. Yeah, man. I would really, really be happy if we could fucking smash them. Like, run it up. This would be a great game to run it up. To like get that, that burst. You know that when you're just like, when you fucking, you're like, I really got one of these in here. I got in there.
Yeah, Ben
did
definitely wants to.
did some work.
Ben's definitely not gonna get the show to be PG-13.
I don't know what he's thinking, but when you're
Well, I think PG. You can say one fuck in PG-13 movies. It's when you say
Really?
the second one. It's like then it's an R rating.
and it's I think it's one non-sexual fuck, so it has to be like a situational fuck, like
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Don't you get? But if you remember when Homer got hurt or something like that, and he was like, fuck. If you do one elongated fuck, does it still count as a singular fuck?
Yeah, it's one.
I don't know the rules on this. At some point, they got to be like, all right, man, you've been screaming fuck for 3.5 minutes. Like,
You got
we forgot the beginning of the word.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, man. Let's bang some trees. Let's go nuts.
Well, and you know what's funny? It's not like the new Columbus owners are any better than the ones that try to.
No, they're just
They're just having a tough. Well, I can't say they're having a tough time. They won an MLS Cup. So
everyone should see the very clear writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Very, very, very clear writing on the wall. But it's cool. We'll all just keep ignoring it until it happens. What's your feelings on it?
On the whole like new rebrand and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very tone deaf from an ownership group that saw this, uprising or support of the Save the Crew, mission movement, and we're the ones who are like, all right, we're gonna step up and save the crew, and keep them, and we're gonna make a downtown stadium, and we're gonna make sure this team.
Technically, they're
is
saving the
saved.
crew. It's still a nickname.
Yeah, but come on.
Have we even said the crew is rebranding again?
It's so tone deaf that they're gonna go to so it's official because it's not even a rumor. They're officially
It's changed on the power rankings,
and it's changed on the MLS website, the crest and everything.
Everyone
They're
says hi
officially
there.
the Crew SC with some whatever, like a banner looking thing with like a kickstand for the Under the Sea.
People are saying it looks like what's his name, Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It looks like a
You ever see
banner.
that show, Ben? Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
No, come on.
Yeah, check.
Come
that
on,
shit out.
man.
Why?
That's not his time.
Really, Mister? It's the guy from fucking Rick and Morty.
I thought that's super popular. I thought we would have got that.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force pretty popular.
That's even
I
more.
don't think it was
obscure
Rick
than
and
that.
Morty popular.
But it looks like if like those banners you would see in like a medieval times.
Medieval rebrand.
It looks like they would like the person who would have to hold the crest of whatever family that they're going to battle for. Like that's what it looks like.
House crew.
Yeah.
We all House Hayduke. House. What was that guy's name?
And they should have saw the swell
House
of
Nagby.
the swell of negativity that surrounded this.
That surrounded Chicago's rebrand.
That's one thing they should have learned from Chicago's rebrand. Two, they should have not been tone deaf to their fans who literally had this massive campaign to save their team, to save their history.
But what's going to happen? What happened with Chicago?
They're like, all right, we fucked up.
Everyone moved on.
No, Chicago was like, we
No,
fucked
Chicago.
up.
Yeah, Chicago's
swapping
going
back?
No, they're gonna
no,
make
they're
a
not
new
swapping
one.
back, but they're gonna make a new one. Yeah.
I hadn't heard.
And so,
all about it.
even the crew brought in the supporters to like, hey, they had an emergency meeting, and then we're like, would you guys get behind this? And a resounding no.
Yeah. Well, that's what it should be.
And there's the
we're going to support the club.
Columbus front office like, oh, we're still going to go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to the crew fans is we're going to support the club, and we'll support the players. We'll support our club, but we don't. Yes, bro, we've been telling you this for years. For years, we've been telling you this, and this is a great moment. Pause. The opinions of the Riot Squadcast, Ed, Ben, myself. It's just our opinion. It's just a couple of guys sitting down having a conversation. Unpause. This is why the people who support the club. That's what you guys are the most important people. You are, by default, you're the most important people because these organizations, especially in Major League Soccer, we all love MLS for its beautiful little weirdness and its TAM and its GAM and somehow, Columbus discovered Ronaldinho or somehow, New York Red Bulls discovered Neymar. All these weird rules that don't make sense. This whole thing is a business.
Yeah.
Especially MLS.
I feel like, but it's different from them wanting to homogenize everything.
Yeah. But they want to do the thing that's going to maximize revenue for them.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. That's why the listener, the fan, the viewer, that's why you guys have to be what the actual organization is. You have to band together. You have to build your communities, strengthen your communities together because the people at the top who run it, stewards of the club, people who just are here for a little bit until they get fired or until they quit or until someone offers them a promotion or until whatever happens where they go, double birds and I'm out. And I'm done. Chris Klein, he's been Galaxy president for a long time. He's not the club because one day he's going to leave. One day, all of these people end up.
Like Chris Klein's going to be 95 years old still running this club.
He's going to step down the day after I die. 100%. The day after I die, he'll be like, all right, man, I'm good. Peace. Pete Vianis is back in and I'm out of here. But it's, you guys have to be the club because there will always be changes that you don't like. There will always be mission statements that you don't like. There will always be directives that you don't like. There will, there is always going to be marketing that you don't like or that you feel doesn't speak for you or to you or what have you. That's why you go create your own content. That's why you go create your own shit.
Yeah.
You can't rely on businessmen and suits and NFL executives. You can't rely on those people to get your club. It's great when you get a head coach who gets you. It's great when you get an assistant coach who gets you and a goalkeeping coach who gets you and all these youth coaches who get you. It's great when that happens. It also makes it look like they're setting you up for something that you're probably not going to like really soon, but they've loaded you up with a lot of people you really, really like to deliver you information. I don't know. But the people at the top, it ain't about, for them, it ain't about you. It's really, really not. It's about
why,
maintaining a job.
It's why Chris Klein is still the president of this team.
He's a very good. He got an extension when we had the worst season we've ever had.
Yeah.
If that didn't tell you that AEG is not interested in on-field production when it comes to the job of Chris Klein, I can't help you. What he is graded on, at least it seems like what he is graded on, the majority of it isn't on-field performance. It's revenue and publicity and notoriety and how we're doing as a concept and where we're going in a 20-year plan. So he promotes friends and they graduate kids who aren't ready to be starters and then they burn money on yeah, that stuff happens, man. But those are the same people who are at least in the room for decisions on rebrands. So you just need, as a fan, you need to think about how much you trust those people who are in the room to say, no, we shouldn't rebrand. Just think about it that simply. Honestly, how much do you trust a club president, your current club president, to hear word or talk about a Galaxy rebrand and say no? How much do you trust that? Because I know how much I trust it. And I don't want to say how much I trust it. But I would be fascinated to know how much everyone else trusts certain people in the organization to say no if the conversation of a rebrand came up.
Right.
I don't know. I know how I think about it.
Yeah.
But
I'm not too confident that
whoa. We'll just
Leave it at that?
we'll just put it out to other people.
Put it out there in the
they may
universe.
too. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the preview against Austin. It is the first ever meeting between the clubs. Game is Saturday, May 15th at 12:30. Kickoff is actually at 12:50, according to MLS's website. G is currently sitting in third place with 9 points. Austin 8th with 6 points. Like I said, Austin coming into this game 2-0-2 on the season. They lost to LAFC and Kansas City. Beat Colorado 3-1 and then beat a terrible Minnesota 1-0. They will be without their captain Alexander Ring. He got a red card, and who's very vital for their midfield. What do you think we're going to see against this team? You're going to see a lot of the.
I dropped that guy just in time. Just in time. From us or for them?
From us, what do we see a lot of? I don't think we sit back as much against Austin as we do against LAFC for sure.
Oh no. I would play the same. I would play the same team though. I get Zuback or not. I would love to see Dunbar start this game. Mm-hmm. Let Dunny get in there and just fucking run, and then bring Zuback on as a late sub. And even if it's only to show other managers in the league, hey, you can't plan on Ethan starting or Dunbar starting or this guy starting or that guy starting because I mix it up. Maybe you start O'Neal Fisher. I mean, I wouldn't start Julian Araujo. He had a very, very good game. But yeah, it could be an opportunity, certainly against a team that's still finding their feet, mixing it up a little bit. I honestly think Greg will end up going with something at least as close to the LAFC lineup as he has available to him. We might see Victor Vasquez back.
Yeah. Do you think with the full, because we're going to have, Cabral, in his full first week in training.
Yeah.
Do you still think he comes off the bench?
Again, I'm stealing from COG. They said he was available and they made a call. The way it sounded, I could be interpreting.
We missed that earlier, by the way.
Yeah, we missed you, Josh, earlier. It's all right.
Yeah.
It might be interpreted. I might just be me interpreting it this way, but the way it seemed phrased, they made a call, and by they I mean the front office side, the brain trust side, Vanny and Co. made a call to not play Kevin where he would have been available, and so if that's the case, then yeah, you would hope he can get 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
I don't doubt that he's going to get minutes in this game, but my question more is, do you think he gets a start?
I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him if you don't have to. You got
into,
legit,
baby.
but you got legit coming. You got legit who's just back in, who you're working back up to fitness.
Yeah.
Let legit start. Let Grandsir start. Grandsir, the more minutes, the better. Maybe you play Grandsir for 65 minutes. Play Grandsir 65 minutes. Give Kevin the back end 25. Give him the back end 25. Swap. Good moment to swap Zuback on or swap Dunbar on. Put legit out wide or put Zuback out wide on the other side. Start mixing your guys up a little bit.
Ben's already looking at his fantasy lineup.
That's all right.
I already apologize.
He's mad at you for your fucking national
you have
calls.
to,
Yeah.
You have to go back and listen to the episode to see how my feelings are about that.
All right. Very good.
Yeah. I might have apologized to you, but you have to listen
I hope so. After that, yeah.
We'll see.
Did you tell him that I sent you the image right away?
No. Well, you listen to it, man. I might have apologized.
I'll go back and listen.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that we don't start the same lineup that we did, but I could even see us going back to that original. Again, if Vasquez is healthy, I can see us going back to that 4-2-3-1 with Vasquez underneath Chicharito. And then having Zuback back on the bench.
Yeah. I mean, if he's healthy and good to go, I would love to see Victor back. He clearly offers something going forward. Amazing range of pass, amazing vision. I do think a lot of his ability to cross the ball has opened the field up a lot for Javier, and I'm going to echo it 1,000 times. It is so important that he be very good, and he has been excellent so far, and he seems very, very good when Victor's on the field as well. I would be more than glad to welcome him back.
Yeah,
more than glad to welcome.
So
him
it's
back.
obviously going to depend on how he's doing and
his fitness
and all that stuff. And I definitely think we see Cabral for at least half an hour, for sure, to get him into the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have a full week of training. If he was ready to go on Saturday, then I mean I can only imagine that he's already had some minutes with the guys. So this is a whole another full week of training.
Well, we know he trained yesterday. We know he's going to train tomorrow. By the time most of you hear this, he'll probably have completed his training. Though there should be pictures out. Yeah, man, he's 21. Like, come on, you're young. Let's go. Let's get after it.
I'm down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him start on Saturday.
And we've typically been seeing Grantier on the left, right?
No, he's been playing on the right.
He's playing on the right a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting
He
to see.
started on the left and went back to the right.
I thought so.
Yeah, he started the first couple games. I think he played on the left. Last couple he's played on the right.
Okay, because it makes sense with Vasquez on the field, because Vasquez drifts out to the left so easily and it's so naturally for him.
He kind of has that free roll.
But it'll be great to see when Grantier is regularly getting a relationship with Julian, regularly getting a relationship with Chicharito on the right side, and Cabral can regularly own that left wing spot. Once guys start getting comfortable, man, that's the other thing. This team ain't even comfortable yet. We're still rotating guys every other game. Saldana's in and out of the team. Araujo, right wing or right back. We still don't have Koulibaly. We're still getting there.
Mm.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Look,
I like
man,
liking things.
I know, and it's a strange feeling to have, especially after these last couple of years where we actually have a team that seems competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I still think we have to not keep our expectations low, but don't overblow them. Is what I'll suggest.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think it's definitely, this team is definitely on the right path.
They're going in the right direction,
Yes.
and that's all that matters. Certainly this early into the season.
Yeah, because it's like you said, we still have guys coming in.
All this shit is points in the bank. All of it's points in the bank. You know, if you told me we hadn't won a game, as soon as the schedule came out, if you told me we hadn't won a game by this point in the season, I don't think anybody would have thought you were crazy. Not that you were crazy. I think if someone told you we had won 3 of 4, and the only team we lost against was Seattle, you take that shit.
Yeah,
everyone would take that.
Yeah,
and Chicharito would have 6 goals. Yeah, you would take that.
I definitely think it's a pretty big surprise this season, I would say.
We have half the wins that we had last year, and we're heading into the 5th game of the season.
Yeah,
we have half the wins we had last year. It would take a monumental collapse at this point for us to have anything other than a good season.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I hope we keep it going. What do you think? What do you think, Ben? We're gonna go more how we played in the beginning of the season, or do you think we stick with like that sit back and counter what we did against LAFC?
You know, I was thinking about that, and legit, I have no idea, because Vanny has taken everything he's learned from this team, and he's constantly evolving with it. You know, when he sees something doesn't work, he's not shy to make changes and to go with what has historically worked for his players. So I think that we'll probably see more of that. So I think you're going to see, you know, the Galaxy come out in a 4-4-2 or some sort of variation of that, or some formation that can easily shift into a 4-4-2.
Yeah. You got it. It's easy, man. You got to do what benefits the tools you have.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little earlier when you weren't here, but you know, it's one thing with Greg. It seems that the formations are a little more fluid than what they are on the the stat sheets or the first 11's put out there. You know, yeah, we could start off with, it looks like a 4-2-3-1, but then you have Vasquez who would drift out literally everywhere, and you'd have if you started up Ethan Zuback behind, who was supposed to be like a false 9. Whatever with Chicharito or whatever, he was the one to but he played like a second forward. It wasn't really him dropping back, so it's the formations aren't really that's important. It's what the guys do out there and how they
how we get them on the field.
How we get them on the
That's all
field.
that matters.
Yeah, you could see on TV, how the formation was. I mean, you could see the lines, the defense that was holding. I mean, I don't know if were you both at the game? Were you at the game, Ed?
No, I wasn't.
So.
We'll talk about that off here.
All right.
But on TV, you could see it. You saw on TV, especially at the end of the second half when they were holding on, that you could see the back 4 just lined up. In the midfield lined up. As either 4 or 5 or.
Well, that's why I say it's fluid, because you have your.
Yeah, but you can see how organized they are.
Yeah,
no matter what the formation is, they are organized constantly. Which is something you can see.
You'll see it with Greg. You'll have a formation that he has when it comes to the defensive end, and they transition into something different on the attacking end. And I think that's what you want, because you have Greg, who is obviously a guy who knows how to set up a defense. He's a guy who's spent his whole career, as a defender.
Yeah.
So it's you know what he knows how to set up that, but it's the transition that they do from the defensive end to the attacking end that has been successful for us, especially getting that ball out early, getting that ball out to Nathan Zuback, getting that ball out wide
Villafaña.
to Villafaña.
Practically an additional attacker.
Getting those outside backs up into the attack, and you see Julian can do it. He has the wherewithal and the speed to be able to come back up and down that field, and you have guys like Leggett who can get you a pass in there. You have guys who like Dos Santos can get in there and get you a pass. It's not crazy to see them be more fluid when it comes to these formations, because I think that's how Greg is setting them up to be.
And I think we'll probably continue to see that all season. We'll see more of that as it goes along, and as the players again get comfortable with Greg and the way he likes to play.
And like Chris brought up, we still have players that have
We're not even close, man.
We're not even close to being a finished product.
Oh, that's why it doesn't matter. It really, and it's. I keep telling people, man, it's not bullshit. It's not my hippy dippy, marijuana positivity. It's no bullshit. It's like you can, if you are a studied Galaxy fan, if you are a studied someone who is watching what they're doing, who is watching what they've been building and what Greg has managed, Greg and co, DTK as well, Karofsky, the brain trust as a whole, all the people who will be in the room if and when they decide to rebrand the Galaxy, they have done a stellar job. You got to give them credit where it's due. They've done a stellar job at rotating this roster in record time. A roster that in some cases were still hampered by horrendous contracts they gave out.
Yep.
We're still in a money pit. Like we're still in a hole for money.
It's still at that tail end of like the previous 4 years of just shit signings.
By the way, if you're wondering, this is what being a Newcastle fan is like. It's a lot of shit like this where you're like, oh, you're stuck with the fuck ups of the last guy who was stuck with the fuck ups of the last guy who was stuck with the fuck ups of the last guy. And you're still trying to get rid of the fuck ups from the guy 3 guys ago. But it's incredible. Incredible. Only thing they haven't done is actually brought a proper backup number 2. Backup forward. That's it. But what did they give me instead? They turned Ethan Zuback into a tradable asset in Major League Soccer. Something the best G2 fan wouldn't have told you was likely to happen this year. Julian,
I mean, even the most loyal Zuback fan would be like,
yeah. I mean, making you feel confident in a defensive structure. So if not necessarily the back 4, the current back 4, but the ability of the midfielders to pinch in and help out, the ability of the wingers to pinch in and help out. How deep Chicharito, because he got himself in shape. Because if he maintained the same levels of weight that he had last year, he wouldn't be able to drop deep. He wouldn't be able to take the fouls that he keeps taking because he's getting killed. He's getting beaten up out there, really. But if you look at him 2 seconds before the foul happens, he knows he's going to take it.
yeah.
But he's fit enough to get himself in a position to take that foul, to slow the play down, to give everyone a chance to breathe. Everyone works on everything. This is why our center back is creating the assist for the golden boot leader of Major League Soccer. Everyone contributes. I'm happy, man. I'm just happy. What do you want? What do you want from me?
No, and I even love that it's even guys who have had bad games can come back and
earn a way back in.
Yeah. Look at Stairs. Stairs has not been great this season, but against LFC,
good enough.
Pretty boss.
You get good enough. Yeah. I just need you to be good. I need you to not make such horrendous mistakes that it takes my forwards out of having an ability to win me the game.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, let's get some predictions. I believe, Ben, you're supposed to be first, and then myself, and then Christopher Tucker. So, Ben, let's get your...
If you go first, I could pull up the odds real quick.
Well, we'll vamp.
Or if you give me a minute.
Vamp, right?
Sure. Just ask me a question about anything in the world.
Well, people bringing up Sega Koulibaly. Sega.
Sega Koulibaly.
Someone, let's see if I can find that back in the chat. Logan Jones asked, do you guys think Stairs will start till Sega comes in?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Pipo is, on an island by himself, and love him or hate him, Steris is definitely better than Nick DePuy. Consistently, Nick DePuy is great for those big flashy tackles, those big slide tackles because he's got that long body. But if it comes to consistently being in the right place to begin with, Steris usually has him beat there. You're getting into Marcus Fercranis, who is starting for G2, and Jalen Neal, who's coming back from injury and probably going to be on G2 when he gets back.
Yeah.
Competing with Fercranis for that spot. So if I was a betting man, I would say it's probably Steris and Williams until if and when Coulibaly. We don't know. The assumption is going to be obviously that he's a starter, but if and when.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's giving these guys, competition for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know these guys. I think Williams he's probably safe.
Williams is starting forever.
But yeah, it's definitely giving competition for these guys to have to perform because hey, look, we got not only we have DePuy who can come in and be serviceable, but you have this guy Siga who's come in who it's unknown, but he's going to give you some competition.
It's going to be awkward for Pipo has to know he's gone. It wouldn't make sense any other way. You can't have 7 defenders.
No. Yeah, no.
So what do we got, Benny? Hell no.
Still looking it up.
Hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
So Oddshark does not have this game on the board for some reason.
All right, well, fuck it. What's your prediction?
Well, I think if you go to the MLS
Clearly, it's
site,
not
they'll give
helping.
you-
It's not helping.
Yeah, MLS site. Yeah, I don't trust the MLS site when it comes down to odds. I mean, unless
You
they're running
trust
straight
Ed
off.
when it comes to how Nashville's going to do.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
Hell
Hell to the no.
And-
No.
Do you
No.
want me to
Tuck,
at least give you the
this is
MLS
part of the
ones?
reason why I'm picking first because I trust things like Ed when it comes to like
I
now.
told you not to listen to him.
Here's the thing. MLS doesn't have it either.
Yeah, I wonder if something's
They
going on.
have
Why don't you
everyone
get it right?
else's.
Why don't you get it right this week? Because you know what? Because you got to believe in yourself, man. You're not handicapping yourself with MLS, whose writers and reporters you don't trust, and Ed Rodriguez, who has proven to be incorrect regularly,
Yeah.
frequently.
I missed Big Tony's email. What are you like 1 point ahead of me? 2 points ahead of me?
One. But there's controversy because
Ed's demanding a recount.
Well, no. I'm probably wrong. I'm
It's the
definitely
haircut.
wrong.
It's the haircut.
Do you know the rules of the scoring?
Like if you get a correct goal scored, even if you don't get the correct score.
No, you don't get a point.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
you have to get the result right,
You
right?
have to get the result
pro-
right.
yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, you have to get the result to get the extra points.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Big Tony, I'm gonna formally apologize now.
Nah, he's coming after you. That
He's probably already
scathing.
formulated his.
Scathing.
I know, he probably already formulated his
Next
email.
week's
trying to-
email is half written already.
He's trying to unsend it with all its racial epithets now.
Yeah,
He's like, "You short fuck, stand
it's
up."
it's that fiery Latin temper.
I'll let you say it.
Yeah.
Hail to the
Benjamin,
no. Hail to
you
the
are
no.
you are the
no,
first to
no.
go, sir.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be optimistic. I think the Galaxy win this game, 2-1.
Okay.
2-1. Who you got?
Still no clean sheet for Bond.
No, unfortunately, I don't think it.
So that
it has
10 you
nothing to
predicted,
do with
man, is this-
Bond. I think it's just.
Looking real.
Although Williams was a beast last game, man.
Yes.
But I mean, what are the chances that Steris has 2 good games in a row? You know,
You tell me.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? I get to go last. So you got you. What are the odds, Ben?
not very good. I'm gonna say 2-1. I think Chicha gets one because Chicha always gets one.
That's
They say,
history.
"Chicka, chicka,
That's history.
chicka, chicka,
This is a history game for him.
chicka."
This is a history game. Edson Buttle, 7 goals in 5 games. This is the 5th game for Chicharito. He's sitting on 6th. So this is a shot at least tying some Galaxy history.
You know what? Let's just give them both to Chicha. Let's break that history.
Pretty close to what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll say 2-1. Chicha Chicha.
It's pretty goddamn close to what I'm guessing.
There you go. Ed, are you up next?
Yeah, I'm confident. I think this is gonna be the Galaxy's first clean sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's gonna be a 2-0 win for the Galaxy. And I think 1 comes from Chicha. And I'm gonna say on his debut,
Oh.
I'm gonna say Kevin
Siga
Cabral
Oh.
gets a goal.
Jonathan Perez.
He's already made a debut.
That's right. Did he? Did I miss it? Jonathan Perez, I don't think he's made
Oh no,
it
no,
yet.
sorry. Wait.
Tucker would know.
He'd have been in the preseason.
Yeah.
I can
Tucker,
pull up my
you would
master
know.
list. I can just pull up my master list really quick, but I don't think he has. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant, really.
So you think Kevin Cabral's going to get one late then? Or
I
you
think he
he's
comes
starting?
on and he gets a late goal. Yeah,
Okay.
not even late. I mean, I think he comes on in like the.
You're right.
60th
He has one
minute.
appearance. 7 minutes.
So in that 2-0,
Yeah, I thought so. He got like in like Seattle or something.
do you see the Galaxy dominating this game, or do you? I mean,
I don't think Galaxy dominate any game. I think just with still the pieces missing, I just don't think Austin's going to be good enough to get it past Bond, especially missing, their vital midfielder in Ring.
it's going to be a day game, right?
12:30, 12:50 kickoff if you believe MLS, which they've been showing the kickoff time. So
I do like that. Letting you know, like, hey, this is
actual kickoff.
This is when the
time.
TV thing's gonna start,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
this
yeah.
is like, if you're planning some shit, like this is around.
That's not a bad pick. I mean, especially if it's 12:30. There's no way that they fly in game day. You remember MLS had the Galaxy fly in game day to that Seattle game. It was like a 6 o'clock. I mean,
There's a reason you're supposed to pick first.
I know.
I'm just trying to hold to the rules. There's a reason you pick first because his opinion, his advice and opinion.
I know. What am
you
I
don't
doing?
get the benefit
what
of.
am I doing? Listen, Dad.
You're 2-1. You're done.
stupid. Don't
You're
listen to me.
finished. You don't get the benefit of his opinion.
It's on the board.
He gets the benefit of your opinion, and then he gets to make his decisions, based on that.
All right, go ahead, Tuck.
I mean, come on, what am I gonna do?
You're going 3-0. Cheat your hat trick is what you're doing.
Bam, baby. Green.
Well, he's lucky because he has like a
It doesn't
big-
matter if I'm right or wrong.
He's got a huge lead.
If this
against
is
us on the
basically
game.
it. This is it. If there's a week I'm going to do it, this is it.
Yeah.
Because if we win, I still get a point out of that, and then you guys got to get direct for me to lose too much ground. So, but if I'm right, I'm going to crush both of you.
Yeah.
So really, it works out.
If
in a benefit.
you get all the points in this game,
If you get all the
it's
points, I
gone.
think we're tied.
No, I know, but I'm saying if you get them, game's over. Like game's over. Week 5.
Nah, there's a lot of soccer left,
Nah,
man.
man.
There's a lot of soccer left.
That'll put you at like 13, 14 points.
But you look at how good we are. You look at how good the Galaxy are, right? We're still 9th on MLS's power
I'm gonna
rankings.
call it.
It's a lot of soccer.
I'm gonna call it now. If Chicha gets a hat trick, and,
shave your
and
head.
we get the
You shave your head? Is that what you're saying?
no. If we get the
Get on
clean
board,
sheet-
Ed. Clean
I
sheet
think-
hat trick. Ed shaves his head. Let's go.
No.
Yeah, clearly not on board if he's not shaving his head.
Chichi gets a double hat trick. Give me the eyebrows. Let's go.
If he gets a double, I will shave my eyebrows off. If he gets a double hat trick,
Boom. Let's do it. You guys heard of that? What if
I
he gets?
thi- I-
What if he gets 9? What can I take if he gets 9?
my left.
You're
toe-
behindman.
My behindman.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're behindman.
Too late. I believe if he
You
gets
never heard that phrase before? Behindman. It's like the hymen for his.
the way
for his
Ed,
butt.
the way Ed said too late, just like so casually, like it was.
Oh, you missed it. He's a party bottom.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. You
It's a
got
whole
you
thing.
got to
You
listen to the whole
gotta
show.
listen.
Yeah.
if Chicha gets a hat trick and we get a clean sheet, I'm gonna call game over. You're gonna win the prediction game already. Week 5.
Hey man, it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm having a good time. I'm with my friends and my
Look,
family.
I'm not-
having fun.
Yeah.
It's positive.
It's whatever.
It's peace. It's good.
Ed, you know we're playing for second place.
We're already playing for second place.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys have been playing for second place for weeks.
Yeah.
Did you not know this? Come on. Chicha hat trick. Let's go. I do have a little something I want to squeeze in before we move on to lightning rounds.
I do have a question, Doc.
Shoot, sir.
Squeeze it in that behind.
Has any Galaxy player ever scored 2 hat tricks in the first half of the season?
First half. First half, it would be Edson. Edson is.
I'm
he
pretty
has
sure
10
that the
hat tricks in
record for hat tricks in an entire career is like 3.
No.
there? No, I feel
It's
like
gotta be
Bono's
more
got more
than
than that.
I feel like Landon's got more than that.
I don't know. I can look it up, but you guys would have to talk while I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very low. It's a very low number.
So
Bono has 6.
6. Okay, I didn't think it was
No,
that
sorry,
much.
Bono has 4. He is tied with 6 people. He has 4. Joseph Martinez leads the league with 6 hat tricks. Bunch of people have 5 hat tricks, but it's
Because I know he tied.
It's up there. He's tied with
Kobe.
Landon.
I thought it was Kobe. that-
Kobe, Landon, and
Okay.
Edson all had 4.
Yeah, see, I didn't think. I knew it wasn't like that many.
Joseph Martinez, wild, and Keno, Keane, Jones, Donovan, Buttle, Mamadou Diallo, and Sebastian Giovinco all have 4. Bradley Wright Phillips, Wando, Diego Serna, Stern John, of all people, have 5. And Joseph Martinez sits alone with 6. Yeah. So 2 in a season, impressive. But I don't know of a specific year. I'd have to look into it.
I feel like Buttle did 2 in that one season where he just went off.
2010?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. He was pretty good. There's no two ways about it.
He was pretty...
I feel like maybe Keno, that his 20-goal season, maybe he had a couple.
Buttle did 2 in May 18th, 2008 against FC Dallas, and then on June 15th, 2008 against the San Jose
I remember he'd
Earthquakes.
throw up the threes. He'd be like...
That was his 3, yeah, because he was scoring like nuts. So yeah, Buttle got 2 in the 2008 season. Pretty goddamn close together.
There you go. All right, boys. Anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, I wanted to get into. I started tallying noteworthy milestones for each player. So something, guys, you guys can kind of keep track of during the match you're watching. And I hope to do it earlier on, but I don't know if it'll be an option before each episode. So we'll see. But this upcoming match, Sebastian Lletget will overtake Gyasi Zardes for appearances. He'll become the sole owner of 13th all-time appearance maker. Daniel Steres just overtook Robbie Keane for 16th all-time on the appearance charts with 126 appearances. Jonathan Dos Santos will tie Carlos Ruiz for all-time regular season appearances. In this upcoming match, he'll be just 2 behind Dave Romney. Efrain Alvarez now has more matches he's appeared in than Ola Kamara. He's now at 33. And Jonathan has 6 goals. So he is 7th all-time for captains for goal scoring. He's got a long way to go before he overtakes the next closest, which is Pete Vianis, who's on 14. And Bond is now 1 win behind Josh Wicks for 13th all-time. Cronin will be next up on 7.
Right on,
the
man.
more you know.
I love that.
I just like to. I've been doing it with Javier, like Javier's goal scoring attributes, and it's like as it's going on, there's a lot of things. Lletget and Steres are going up the list for all-time appearance makers, like these things that I don't know. I like lists.
Lletget has like 134th appearance or something like that.
I can find it for you real quick. At this point, I really just got to leave this list up while we're doing this.
So Ed, are you more surprised at like the amount of appearances Sebastian has at like 134, or the fact that Josh Wicks has like 3 wins?
I'm more shocked that Josh Wicks had 3 wins.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Yeah, because Lletget's been here for like 6 years.
Josh Wicks gonna choke you motherfuckers out.
Yeah, he probably do it too.
Yeah, Lletget's certainly getting up there. Lletget's on 134, tied with Gyasi. His next up that he's looking at for 12th all time will be Ezra Hendrickson on 119. On 139 rather.
He'll break that then.
Daniel Steres is 3 appearances behind Robin Fraser for 15th all time. I like, not a lot of clubs have the history the Galaxy has, and
Donovan's probably number 1, right?
Sorry, one more time.
Donovan, is he number 1 on that defenders list?
For defenders, no. Yeah. Vanny was over. Dunny and Vanny both tied at 193, but AJ beats everyone. He was at 204.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, really probably shouldn't have done that guy dirty, since no defender appeared for us more times than he did, and actually surpassed 2 centuries of appearances for the Galaxy. Probably better. Yeah, not saying you can't trade him, not saying you can't release him if that's the case. You probably just don't need to bullshit him. You probably don't need to lie to him.
Or don't lie to him.
Yeah, either of those are fine. You could do. You could do. A guy who had 2 less appearances than Mauricio Cienfuegos. Yeah. Probably don't need to bullshit him. But that's up to you.
That's probably not.
That's you. Again, that's the person who will be sitting in the room making the call that you have to trust. So you figure it out for yourself. Just my opinion.
Thank you, Chris. I love the stat stuff, man. I think it's interesting. I think people find that stuff interesting, man.
People seem, at least on Twitter, they're getting in touch. They seem to enjoy it.
Hey, one more thing before we get out of here.
Yeah. Well, we have lightning round
did
shit,
you?
dude.
Oh, it's true. We still got lightning round. Hey, did you watch the game? Did you go back and rewatch the game, Tucker?
I haven't seen all of it again. I've seen a good portion.
One of the best parts of the game is anytime they show the Galaxy bench, you just see Couchman sitting there, and the dude never looks worried. Like, never looks like anything.
Chill,
dude. Yeah. He was like just chill the whole game. Like,
he's sitting back with his arms crossed, just like.
Yeah, just like with this sense of confidence. And it was so good to see.
You know why? Even though he never played there, he's home, and he knows it. He is safe and surrounded by friends and family. And I love seeing Dan back. I love seeing Kevin on the bench. Really, that's the thing that warms my heart.
It makes me feel like the players want to play. It gives the sense that the players want to play for him.
Everyone's on
everyone
board,
wants
man.
to play for these guys, and that's something that I think we haven't seen since Bruce. So
yeah, fair.
I mean, even during Bruce years, there was like cliques and shit, but yeah. But they seem to like play for each other on the field, so I think that's a big difference.
It's a much better locker room.
Yeah. All right, Benjamin, let's get into those lightning round questions, sir.
Why can you see lasers in Star Wars when they shoot their blasters? You shouldn't be able to see it.
It's sci-fi, man. I mean, they have light swords, so.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, like why don't the lightsabers just keep going? Like, why
You
do they
start
stop?
smoking weed, Ben?
I'm just saying.
That's a weed smoking question. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, man, Star Wars been around
Why
since
did
the 70s.
why did they give them like a barricade and people who were like in the Death Star? Like, they give them like a little railing. Like, that's
Oh,
dangerous.
so they
dude.
don't fall.
Yeah,
You gotta be on your shit. You gonna work for the
that's
fucking
an
Empire,
OSHA
man.
violation.
It's
for
total
sure, right?
OSHA
OSHA violation.
All right.
I mean, that dude kissed his sister, man. I mean, that's fucked up.
That first movie's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
The guy kisses his sister.
I thought he kissed his sister in the second one.
Yeah, he kissed her in the second one. In the first one, he fights his dad, and then that old guy who picked him up got killed, and he was really emotional about it, despite only meeting him for a couple days before, and like previously having thought he was this like weird creeper.
I mean, you're coming around this 18-year-old child, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna show you the Force.
God, why does it have to be sexual?
I didn't say it's sexual. It wasn't sexual with you.
I know you well enough, and I saw those eyes. Watch the fucking YouTube. Y'all watch the YouTube right now. What is it? 222. Go watch the YouTube right now and look at Ed's eyes. That's Ed's sexy face. It's true. I've seen it. He's a party bottom.
I'd be Pooh Bearing it.
I don't think that's good in that community. Poo.
No, like only shirt.
Oh. Okay.
No.
Oh,
bottom.
like Pooh Bear. Oh, yeah.
Pooh Bearing it.
We need
all
the
shirt.
Pooh Bearing.
All shirt, no bottom.
No bottom.
No bottom. Letting the poo balls just hang out.
Stop.
No?
Yeah. You gotta stop, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on?
You know, just
What's going on with you?
letting the furries.
No.
fly free.
We're trying to get likes on this thing. We're trying to get subscribes on this thing.
Look, man, it's midnight. I love that there's
It doesn't
still
matter if
4
we get
people on
it doesn't
here.
matter if we get subscribers. Then we'll start a new one.
Yeah.
Start all over. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, Benny.
Doesn't Bears have like a red rocket kind of
He
situation?
said the
I don't
poo
like
balls,
it, no.
Like
man.
Chewbacca. Like you, Chewbacca's like pantsless. Like
We are calling this
got
episode
the-
the poo balls.
We're really
he's
not.
got no genitals.
He's got it. What are you talking about? Chewie's got to fuck like crazy. If he fucks for like 45 minutes, does his whole body get all sweaty and shit?
Oh, he was like, can you imagine the smells in that fur?
Oh. What if he doesn't? What if he like pulls? What if he pulls out? Where fucking fur just all sticking together,
Looking like a glazed donut.
like somebody ran toothpaste through a dog.
Yeah,
Mash it all up.
it gets all like clumpy
Oh,
and just like
just immediately have to take a shower.
no, you can't. You got to cut the hair off of that.
You cut the hair off?
That's like if you get gum in your hair, you just got to be like, fuck it, just got to cut it off.
Jesus. All right, what's the question, Ben? Benny?
But you don't see him have genitals. That's the thing. Like,
Ethan Padilla wants to know your
They have
thoughts
a lot-
on
He definitely
doesn't have
Jonah,
pants.
on
We just don't know
Chichen,
where the
Jonah, and
genitals
Vanny
are.
making team of the
Presumably it's
week.
under the hair.
it is Star Wars. It could be like he has genitals in like his kneecap or
It
something.
just comes swinging out.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's the
Or
question?
like the
No, hang on.
Ethan Padilla wants to know your thoughts on
The
Chichen,
bandolier?
the
Jonah.
bandolier. It's just
Yeah.
like
It's covering.
it's covering it. Yeah, he just wraps it, and then the bandolier's over it.
Like a metal vagina.
Ruben Yeskis says, "Here we go, Galaxy. Here we go. Clap, clap."
What does that have to do with Chewbacca's genitals?
Or if it's like Vegeta.
Here we go.
Like he has his tail.
Jose
wrapped
said-
around
We're
his
at,
tail.
we're at Dragon Ball now.
Jose Salgado says, "Does Lars have a Planned Parenthood?" The Supremo bear hugged me from behind after Jonah's goal unprotected.
I don't know.
You know who is unprotected? Chewbacca when he
There you go.
fucks.
That's above board.
Sorry, what was the question?
Rocker DA says, "Do we still need a
Yeah,
CDM as a backup for Chicha, who isn't Lord Zuback?"
Ask the question again.
Do we still need a CDM and a backup for Chicha
And
who
a backup.
isn't Lord Zuback?
I heard it as, do we still need a CDM
For Chicha.
for Chicha?
Yeah.
Zuback is not a backup. Or
Yes and yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I look, I don't think any of us want to start Ethan Zuback if Chicharito's not on the field, right? And I think a lot of Galaxy fans are just a couple Ethan Zuback on the field and Chicharito not producing away from being like, well, don't start him anymore. Don't play him anymore. We need someone for when Chicharito needs to be subbed off that we can all trust to score goals.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to score goals at the degree that Chicharito is scoring goals now, but we just need someone up top that we can all trust to score goals. I don't know that we have that person signed yet.
No, I don't think you have that. I don't think you have the confidence in Inagi or Zuback to be like, all right, we're going to bring him in. He's going to score us a goal for sure.
But you could still loan for Kranis and kneel down for the whole year, loan Kriniak down for the whole year, and open up a roster spot and sign another player. So there's still a lot of room.
DJJW40 says, were there more or less LAFC fans than you expected on Saturday?
Less, for sure.
I'm going to shame those people.
You should.
Those Galaxy fans who bought tickets for people that are either friends or family that are LAFC fans.
Or resold. Sold them on a second market.
And then yeah.
Yeah, especially if you did the resale thing.
Well, if you
Well, you
resold
sold
it,
it-
you can't know who bought it.
But I'm specifically shaming the people who knowingly brought LAFC fans to that game.
I saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of Galaxy fans with LAFC people in tow.
I'm gonna shame you for that. That's something that is a no-no. You do not do that.
Yeah. I get
Shame.
that. I don't,
I hope you spent hundreds on your tickets, each ticket. I'm shaming you, Galaxy fan, for doing that.
I'm not sure why they would even associate with those people.
Look, I've spent a lot of my time being very petty and be like, oh, you like that? I'm not talking to you no more.
Yeah.
I see a business that has their sign up. Oh, well, I'm not going to frequent that anymore.
I've definitely seen some businesses that have like an LAFC sticker up, and I'm like, I won't go back there,
Yeah,
I'll go to a direct competitor,
Hey,
which is how it should be.
If I'm driving, I see a car with an LAFC sticker, I may just give a
Don't
little.
say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Automatically,
Don't say that. Don't
automatically,
say
I
that.
think you're an asshole.
Yeah, they are an asshole.
Oh yeah. I think they're an asshole. I don't want you to say that in the event, just
man.
in case something ever happens in your life where, you know what I mean? You don't need this coming back
I'll
at you.
take it down real quick.
That's what I'm telling you.
Right.
You gotta bring it peace, man. Peace and love.
PG.
That's all you need.
This guy wants to do a PG version.
I don't know how.
Peace, man. Peace with those. Sorry.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying
Yup.
no. Hang on.
Legion Orange. Yep. Fuck Farmer John now too.
Are they're affiliated with them?
They're LAFC's. They switched from the Dodgers to LAFC now, exclusive.
Oh, whack. No, my thing with peace isn't peace with them. It's peace inside of you. It's you finding a level of joy and happiness inside that you don't need to associate with them because you understand what that's going to bring you. It's not saying you go be friends with them. You
it's just gonna bring you
eliminate
down.
that aspect from your life.
All right. I'm good now.
Good. Peace, bro.
CJD says, how many goals will El Capitan get this season?
Ooh, I thought that was a dangerous question. I've been waiting to get asked. 3. I think 3 would still be
That's a
one of the
safe
best seasons. It will be the best season he's ever had.
Yeah.
For us. So 3 is Jonathan's not a midfielder you're expecting to get a bunch of goals from.
Yeah.
He's not a Frank Lampard.
He probably gets one more.
You get one. I'll take 1 or 2 all day.
Yeah.
Get a penalty every now and again.
JJ Lax 24 says, in 2 years, if half this team is French, does Griezmann join us? And in 10 years, does Mbappe join us?
Chicha's already doing the Griezmann dance. Like
He's calling his boy, man.
let's get it, man.
And with all these French
Tagging him
signings,
in videos. Like let's do it.
are you sad Alessandrini's not here?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
With this French Revolution, I mean, I think it would have been great, but he made a decision and we made a decision and we moved on.
Did he make a decision?
No, probably not.
You know what? I wouldn't. It's extremely unlikely to happen. I would love him on a Juninho contract.
Yeah.
I would love him on a Juninho contract. And I'm sure he still wants to play a lot. And we obviously we've brought in French wingers to play. God, I'd love him on a Junie deal. Like, Grant Sear's not having a great game, or it's taking him a little bit of time. Fucking get on out there. Go show
Did
them
he
kids
get his
what's
green
up.
card when he's here? No.
He'd be an
But
international.
wasn't his baby born here?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Anchor baby.
I was going to say it.
Wow. How do I get shit for this show? It doesn't make any sense.
That's at ZeroCool138.
Tucker and friends.
Tucker and friends.
No, you just hit sign out. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't do it to me. I mute and block people so quick now. It's really you don't want to go down that that avenue with me.
Have you been blocked by any of the LAFC accounts?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't see them. So I don't think so. Like Fan TV and Black and Gold, whatever.
Yeah.
And Felix, no.
Because this is how I still get the sad Levi tweets. So that's I don't want to be ever be blocked by any of these teams.
You know what I've learned about myself. I'm not amazing. I'm not like the most fun person to be around. I get that, but
Yeah, that's true.
But, oh, they all can't get enough of me. I'm an annoying asshole sometimes. When, like me, when other people are annoying assholes to me, I just remove them from my existence. I just move on with my life and keep going forward. But there are people who don't like me who just can't get enough of me. So yeah, why would they block me?
Someone probably listened to this episode too.
They're never going to block me. The LAFC fans are definitely listening. No, well, if they won, they'd be listening. I think if there's no way those people are listening. But like Felix, LAFC Matt, what's the other dude's name? LAFC Fan TV, Black and Gold, whatever
all
it's
original
called.
names, by the way.
Yeah, they're all the same. All those people, they can't get enough. Can't get enough. Wouldn't you just love your boy? Yeah, baby. Yeah. So I'm going to stop working out just so there's more of me for you guys to fucking
There you go.
to chew on.
Next question, Benjamin.
Edwin Allday 11 says, "What should we do to improve overall ball possession? We won, but struggling, not playing well."
Look. We don't need to win in the stats. The stat you need to win in is goals scored.
Mm-hmm.
You need to score more goals than the team, and as simple as that sounds, we don't need to have the majority of the ball. We don't need to have the majority of the shots. We don't need to have the prettiest of games. As long as you get them wins, it's all that matters.
You know how many goals we've scored in the run of play this season?
Sorry,
Zero.
My wife was texting me.
Tell her I said hi. 0. We score on the break. We score on a counter. We don't need to hold the ball all day. It doesn't benefit how we're currently finding success. Holding,
it doesn't suit our play. It doesn't suit. Chicha's not going to be not a guy you can hoof crosses in and expect him to get goals.
We watched that happen. You know where Chicha has found success? The Galaxy getting the ball, breaking quickly before the defense can reset. Holding possession forces us to move up, pass the ball forward through the lines, to move bodies up so that more bodies can take part in the attack. We don't want that because we keep getting peppered with shots. What we're currently doing is working. I want to hold more possession when we've got Cabral, when Grandsier's up to snuff, when Vasquez is good, and we have the speed to do something with it.
Mimnot says, "Is JDS absolved of a sluggish start?"
I wonder. My wife was texting me because there's like the dirty birds around the house, so she's like, "Hey, just be careful when you get home." You saw how Greg wants to play the ball fast, quick, because anytime Bond got the ball, immediately thrown out.
Yeah.
Thrown out wide to the defender, immediately got the ball out. So there's a reason why we've been successful on doing that. So he keeps wanting to play fast.
Mm-hmm. Which is why we diligently practiced one-touch possession during the preseason. It's all got to be quick.
Jamie Bacon wants to know, is Jonah back?
I hope so. It's early. And a couple more good games, man. You give me a good result in that San Jose game. Run through Austin. You should be able to run through Austin, control that middle through Austin where they would have expected to have a little extra cover. And then we'll talk.
Ed, is JDS absolved of a sluggish start, or is it too early because of the goal?
No, it's still too early. I mean, you got to put a couple possessions on there. You got to get a couple good games in there. It helps. It clouds the bad games a little bit, but yeah, you got to give a couple more performances before we can be like, all right, he's back.
He's going to benefit from Ring being out because they would have been right up against each other. So this would be a great game for him to have a snapback. But even if he has a great game, I understand, his main competition won't be playing. So it's not exactly as he would have been set up against Austin regularly.
Bixby says, "What the hell was GBS thinking? Not playing Dunbar. The kid's a beast."
Use them. Use them in a certain way. Use them in a way that's beneficial. Right now, the Cameron Dunbar's biggest attribute is raw speed, and a desire to impress. That is an excellent attribute to have late in a game where defenders are tired, concerned about the clock, and making rash decisions. That's when you want someone like Cameron Dunbar.
Glenn Twan says, "Can't find a weak link on this team. If you had to make a pick, who would that be, and why?"
I think it's not that. It's not that hard to find a weak link. I mean, you have, again, we talked about it, but Grandsir's been pretty invisible in these first 4 games.
Remove him as the easy option.
Defensively, probably you had in the first couple of games you had Stairs, who wasn't great, Araujo, who wasn't great. But I mean, he didn't play that first game, so look, you count those 2 games he played. One against a beast of in Seattle. You know, I'm not expecting our guys who just starting to get to play together to be amazing. But I mean, I wouldn't say a weak link. I would just say poor performances.
Mm-hmm. If I had to pick a weak link, it would probably be Jonathan. And I'm perfectly okay with one of the most technically gifted players on my team who appears to be having a slow start to the year being the weak link. Because that's someone who, if and when he turns it on, the shift in how we play is drastic. If Julian Araujo is a weak link, I replace a right back, how much have I really changed how we perform on the field? Greater defensive cover? Sure. But as far as going forward or attacking chemistry, not affected in the same way. Jonathan in a central hub has had, for me, the slowest start to the season. As that guy warms up and hopefully gets better and better and better, at the same time, we're getting our chemistry, we're solidifying our roster as our captain is hopefully waking up and getting better.
I think it's also that it's been the most disappointing, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you saw him, I mean, you saw the 2 different sides. You saw Chicha, who was like nonstop posting workout videos and, things about mental health and getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw Jonah, who's like living his best life.
Living my best life.
Living his best life. And so, it's Jonah's on the contract year.
Yeah.
So you're like, you expect him to just like...
You expect those 2 to be swapped.
Yeah, and you expect Jonah's like, I'm going to turn it on.
Yeah.
Because it is a contract year. And it doesn't look like we were going to see
And
him.
I'm the captain. And we had the worst season we've ever had.
So I would have expected more. And I think, I would.
It's disappointing. Disappointing is a fair title.
Yeah.
Outsider says, with the Gold Cup a couple of months out and possibly losing both Araujo and Fisher, where's Cuevas?
Dude, I do not know.
That's the $1 million question right now.
Yeah, it's like
A couple million.
It's like $7 million question.
He's from, and this is from our good friend Josh.
Josh?
He's heard that
Josh?
it's a coach's decision on Mauricio that he's not injured. So, what's going on?
You could be reasonable. Say you just signed Josh Drack. You want to give him a chance to get a run out,
but not even in the 18. And they're 3 games in.
Look, I don't know, and I have no reasonable answer as to where. I don't have a reasonable answer, nor do I wish to speculate, probably ever again, as to where any player is. I wish him the best. He is posting on Instagram. He's posting on Instagram with his girlfriend, and they're on stories, and they're at the beach, and he doesn't have a walking boot on. He sure as shit doesn't look injured. So I don't know, but it should be concerning, man. It should be concerning for sure. He's a very, very good piece, but it's late in the game, so we'll see.
Okay, 9 points out of 12. Carnage in the West. Do the Galaxy finish top 3?
Top 3. I don't know. I think it's a great start. I think that eventually there's going to be a little roadblock. But again, this team is still not complete. We go back to it. Still not a complete team. Still a team that's missing 3 of their players that they're supposedly bringing in. I mean, obviously one is just here. He's going to start playing. You have Siga, who who I don't know when said when he might be coming in.
He's not in America. He's still in France.
So waiting on him, and you have this rumor of this new center defensive mid. So it's still a team that you're still gonna have to build and adjust halfway through your season.
Stop sitting on the fence, Rodriguez. We gonna finish top 3 or not?
Probably not.
3 is high. 3 is really high.
I could see 4. I could see 4 or 5.
I get it. So I when you read the question, I popped open MLS Western Conference standings, current standings. Let's just do 7. Let's do top 7 real quick. Current standings, top 7. Seattle, number 1.
San Jose,
us. Galaxy, Vancouver, Sporting, Colorado, Real Salt Lake. Being logical and reasonable, you gotta assume LAFC is not going to end the season in 10th. It's not very unlikely to happen. I wouldn't even be surprised if Minnesota figured out how to turn it around.
Yeah.
3 is hard, man. 5, I'm still going to give us 5. But
Stop.
top 5 is great.
Stop for you, Tuck. No team in the modern era of MLS outside of last year's Miami and I think maybe Nashville. I could be wrong on that. Have ever made the playoffs starting no points out of the first 4 games.
You heard that on Extra Time Radio, didn't you?
It seems like extra
I
time.
know. I heard it on. I was listening to ESPN or not ESPN or the
Some other show.
Sirius XM, whatever show was on.
Because
at 6 o'clock.
I for some reason I was like, I'll put the Sirius or the
Extra
Extra
time.
Time Radio on the back while I was doing like homework, and I heard them say that like it was them, Miami, and someone else that was like they finished.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who it was, and
Yeah.
it was last year.
I like how it sounds like you guys listen to the same thing and you
And then
both
spoke
have
it, yeah.
the same incomplete
Here's the thing.
information.
Because those teams don't matter.
It's fine. They don't. 3 seems tough. I'm going to stick with 5. I think we'll finish top 5.
Yeah, that's safe to say. Top 5. I would say 4 or 5. Yeah.
Salgado DCI says clearly we can grind out wins. Do we go undefeated this month?
This month?
Oh, who are we playing? We're playing Austin. We're playing
So
San Jose.
we got Austin on. Oh shit, that's Austin's schedule. We have Austin on the 15th. Then we have Portland. We're at Portland on the 22nd. Then we have San Jose at home on the 29th. So do we remain undefeated for these next 3 games?
I'm gonna
In 2
go.
weeks.
I would say no.
Benny,
No way.
where do we take the L?
Look, and I'm probably gonna get shit, but San Jose is actually a good
Portland
team.
currently sitting second bottom of the West.
Portland. Here's the thing: they're out of the CCL now. They can focus on MLS, but they still have guys, especially their DP. I think they said 2 of their DPs are still injured, so they still have guys that are out for them. Is that Portland? That's a away game.
It's away. Yeah.
We tend to have not done too well in Portland. I don't know though. I mean, I would say we can draw that game for sure. I say we beat Austin. It's the San Jose game that got me a little worried, just because they seem to have gotten a hot start like we have. But that's gonna be a tough game, and give me shit for it, whatever. But that might be a game that we drop points for sure.
I will go ahead and say we will conclude the month without a loss.
There you go.
San Jose has not played great teams. They are doing very well, and they're connecting against the opposition that's in front of them, and that's all you can ask. They have that Cade Cowell kid who had a great start, very hot start.
Yeah.
Won me some points this week. I went ahead with him. And sold him for a profit already.
There you go.
Love MLS fantasy. But yeah, I think we can end May undefeated. San Jose, I think that is going to be the hardest test that we have coming up. But I just finished looking at how we got up for a rivalry game. And we got the fuck up for it.
Yeah.
Like teams that are driven and fueled on heart and passion. I love a good rivalry game.
And that's 3 more weeks of Cabral in the team. 3 more weeks of Grand Sierra getting back into.
And if you get these wins, it's 3 more weeks of it not mattering.
Yeah.
If Grand Sierra catches up. 3 more weeks of it not mattering when Cabral is fully fit and ready to go, or when Vasquez heals up from his groin injury. If we can keep ticking away wins here, you make it so whenever you do solidify, now you're competing for a supporter shield or potentially a bye week in the playoffs, and not just a matter of whether you get in or not.
All right. Carlos Schmarlos wants to know what we should expect from Cabral. And should we temper our expectations?
I would say temper. Yeah, always temper.
Always.
Especially with international signings. It's, again, this is a broken record. We sound like a broken record. Some guys take a while to adjust to a new league, to a new country, to a new, it's a culture shock for a lot of players. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt of at least, like we're giving Grant Sierra, you got to give them at least, a month and a half to get adjusted. I think it's going to be a little easier for him because there are other French players already on the team, so that he can bounce off and talk to players. I don't know. Do people have high expectations for him? For a guy who's
Yes.
I mean, I guess it's a DP spot, so you kind of have to have somewhat of a higher expectation, right? But
it's not
a guy
it's not
who's
European
young.
superstar levels of expectations.
It's a young guy who's, I mean, let's be honest, he's an unknown quantity.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it develops over the first couple weeks, and that's when I'll form my opinion. I'm like, we'll see, but I think tempering expectations is fair.
Always a good call,
Yeah.
in my opinion, anyway.
Ethan Padilla wants to know who will end the year with the second most goals.
Chicharito.
I'd probably say like a legit.
I'm gonna be positive and say Cabral.
Yeah, I agree with Tucker.
I'm gonna give. I've never seen him play in Major League Soccer. Very sparingly seen him play abroad. We need something else, and it seems like a lot of the eggs are in Cabral's basket. And I think you only make that call if you trust that he can fill a lot of the holes that you need. And the second striker still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless at least Kevin is a part of that plan. So I'm going to give Kevin second highest goal scorers.
If this is the way Greg is going to play with like that, false nine kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you got your 9 now, maybe he's your guy to play that position.
Can I tell you something? We just hit 50 likes on the live stream.
Oh, I'm number 51, I think.
Are you?
Yeah. I saw because it doesn't really refresh when you.
You have to hit for refresh.
Yeah.
Right?
So I did it, and we were at 47. I clicked it, and we're at 51.
Hey. All right, Benny.
53.
Nice. No, Tuck, I agree with you. I think that if we're going to have a successful season, I think Cabral has to be that number 2 scorer.
At least based on how we're built right now.
Take the Wheel wants to know if you guys have listened to Garg's and Gordo's pod, The Soccer Soup.
No.
Not yet. Go ahead.
I have so little time for podcasts.
I listened to like 20 minutes, 25 minutes of Corner of the Galaxy today, and it's apologies to everyone else. It's the most time I've had for a Galaxy podcast in weeks. So it was nice to kind of touch base again, but yeah, I don't have time for a whole lot of soccer podcasts right now.
Sneaks 007 wants to know, looks like Cabral's taking number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we saving number 10 for?
Sergio Aguero. I don't know, but hopefully I want Sergio Aguero. It looks like we're going out of our way to save the number 9 or the number 10 rather.
Yeah. You got those summer signings. You have those 3 young DP slots. You can, or the 3 under
U22s.
23. Yeah. Go find someone. I mean.
But the other end is that it's not a number that we give out flippantly.
Yeah.
Like Gio had it, Landon had it. I would say the most off person to ever wear it was Andreas Herzog, like for 1 year I think, 1 maybe 2 years. Like it is one of the numbers that are a little more reserved than everything else.
They do treat numbers with respect at the club.
Yeah, they always have. Yeah, always have. You misremember some days.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, Ed, that one's on you.
Yeah.
That's not on
Fair,
the
fair.
administration. That one's on you.
Yeah. That's fair.
Marquis Sun says Vanny lost in 2018 the CCL final to Chivas. Does he win it with the G's, and will the Galaxy be the first MLS team to win the CCL?
Oof.
If I go first, I'm going to make you say no. So you should want to go first.
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, all right.
I don't think it's next year. I don't think it might be the year after. maybe like 3 years into the project, we are back to our cup winning ways. We get it back into the CCL, and we make a run.
I like it. My only
By
reason.
that time, we have like
How do we get
Ronaldo
there?
and Messi on our team, so we'll be fine.
That's my only reason for no. I'm not sure how we get there right now.
Yeah.
And being out of it makes it hard.
Well, that's what I said. Like after year 3, I think is when we start.
So you have
But
no
again-
MLS
but
team
again,
making it for winning it for the next few years. They're getting close, man.
Fine, we'll be the one who does it.
Yeah.
How do we get
I like
there
that.
still?
Close, it's
I like
fine.
that line of thinking.
Ed?
You turned me into a yes.
In 3 years, how do we get there?
We'll win a cup. We're gonna win a cup in the next 3 years.
All right.
Shots.
Which cup?
Chicha gets the picture.
The cup, the only cup that matters.
All right.
Chicha gets his photo. Well, that's saying he does it in the next 2 years.
I can see us maybe not next year.
Rolling a Robbie Keane extension.
If next year does it, if we're because this year's already showing leaps and bounds,
Yeah.
jumps in our success as an organization.
Which is sad because really this is all we've done this season is what used to be the standard.
Yeah.
What used to be the minimum expectation. Like all we've done is we're just working to return to what we fucking used to be.
Yeah, my only concern is the pace the team can go at. Is if we bust a nut too early. Is that the case with this team? But
I don't know, man. I'm really starting to rethink my my Chicharito 3,300 minutes. I mean, the fitness is ridiculous.
and they just signed more of they put a whole bunch of money into their sports science, and hired 6 new people.
I'm telling you, man.
We'll see.
And last but not least, Gallagher Command asks,
Our good friend Toronto Dan, we love you, we miss you. Hope to see you soon.
how many more L's before those people pretend they were never fans to begin with?
So we didn't get to the sexy live us tweets. I plan on doing a little mini episode on that. There's one. I'll do a little sneak peek.
You gotta give us one.
I'll do a little sneak peek.
Yeah, you gotta. The people. This is the
You
issue.
got the music ready,
The
Ben?
people expect it, Ed. It's your thing.
I'm gonna bring it up now.
Oh.
I'm gonna bring it up. This one was from Facebook, so it's gonna be good.
Oh, it's got to be someone with a lack of understanding about reality.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the preview, the sneak peek of sexy Leave Us tweets. I can feel the sexiness in this room. It's building. It's palpitating.
How did you ever talk that woman into marrying you?
I have no idea.
I gave her my sexy voice.
I just looked at her, gave her a wink, like, "Sup, baby?"
And a year later, she agreed to go out with me.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't talk about that.
That's called the past.
This is from Facebook. I won't give his name because whatever, who cares? He says, "That's it. It's been 3 years and nothing. I'm out. You guys want XL jerseys? Let me know. Located in Pomona,
Oh, of course.
the
he's
heart
not.
of the city."
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's from Juan.
3 years and he's out.
3 years. Oof.
Which like top 10 team in the world does he follow?
All of them.
Manchester United.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. You think it's Barcelona?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's a Madrid fan.
Why? What makes you say that?
That's a Barcelona fan right
Because they're
there.
the biggest sporting club organization in the history of our species.
Usually people who are like,
If you're quitting in 3 years,
you're a Madrid fan.
probably, yeah.
No, you're a Messi fan.
Nah.
Barcelona.
The greatest player of all time who's been at the same club since he was 13.
I'm just saying, dude, that's
The
a
guy's
Messi.
been in the
I-
club for 21 years.
Look that dude up. He's a Messi fan. I guarantee it.
My thing,
Everyone with a brainstem should be a Messi fan. If you enjoy soccer, you should be a Messi fan.
here's my logic. It's someone who's 3 years in is like, I can't take this anymore. That's either like an Arsenal fan. That's a Madrid fan. It's like anyone who won a
It's so
championship in
strange
the last
because
3
it's
years.
like a team who wins all the
Yeah.
time, a team that never wins.
But it's like it's
I'm wondering what your
nonsense.
third pick is gonna
It's
be.
nonsense thinking.
It's definitely illogical. Yeah.
So it's like they're definitely a Bayern Munich fan. They're a Real Madrid fan.
They're one of those.
Yeah.
It's you know, this Juve. It's Juventus.
Definitely Juve.
It's definitely
fan.
Juve.
But they might switch sides to Inter. So
I just like to think they're random and they're like, no, I'm really into Zenit St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And they're like, yeah, no, I support Drogheda in the Irish. I forget what it's called, the Irish Premier League, Irish Football League, whatever it's called.
whatever.
I
don't know, man.
They're a City fan, probably.
I don't know. I've only ever met like 2 or 3 City fans, and they were all fucking diehard City fans. But almost every single Manchester United fan I know is the definition of glory support.
I think in my life I've met one City fan, and this was a guy who was
Herb.
like, yeah. And that's old school Lars, and he's like, this was like 10 years ago, and he's a City fan.
I met a couple City
You
fans.
see them like all the time these days. Like I see, I don't know.
Give it
people-
15 years, man. See
Yeah.
how your world's getting ready to change. Give it 15 years with that money. All it takes one generation of a team not being perennial fucking losers, and all that shit gets turned around. Wait, give the Clippers a couple more years. They'll figure it out. I don't know that they'll win a championship, but they'll end up figuring it out. And you need a generation of kids to grow up with an expectation of success, and it turns the whole game around. Like me, I grew up with the Clippers being useless. My expectation is that they're useless. During their greatest season ever, LeBron James decided he wanted to win some fucking championships, and they didn't get to win. And now, like, they're rebuilding and retooling and all that, and they'll figure it out eventually. But it just takes a couple years. And City is 10 years into the project. You're not that far. In another 10 years, you'll just have a group of people who grew up expecting Manchester City to be very, very, very good, and United to sign Fellaini and finish 7th. How embarrassing. Newcastle has finished 6th. How embarrassing. All that money.
And what for? What are they winning?
What'd you do? Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what you're chasing? Dreams. You know?
Well, thank you
Hey,
guys.
you want to tell them where they can find you?
Thank you to the 40 people who are still here
60 twiddledinks.
at 12:40 in the morning. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
Oh, your wife's in the live chat right now.
Oh, is she in there now?
Dropping hammers on you.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You can find us on everything, social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
You know where.
YouTube. Ben, they can find Ben at DT Radio. At TT Radio, Ben, Old Man Ben 3,
QAnon.
QAnon Ben,
5.
whatever
Probably
it was.
6 or 7 now.
But it's gone now.
Yeah.
You can find Chris. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Twitter.
You can find them on Goodreads.
And Goodreads. You can find him on the PSN network.
Strava. I'm
Strava.
out there in the streets. Come running with me, man.
Play
Fucking
him
down.
on the Stadia. Zero Cool 138. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Not Facebook. Sorry, Instagram and Twitter.
Are you off Facebook?
I check it for like updates on.
I think my
My
account's
nephew's
still up.
pictures and
I haven't
stuff.
been logged in years.
I'm normally not just check it to clear the notifications so I don't have it popped up on the phone. Basically is what it is now. Patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. We hit our 40 goal.
Ew.
So we will be giving away that jersey this week. It'll be on this week's episode of the Patreon episode. So we will be giving away the community kit. So thank you so much for supporting us, and we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Looks like we're wearing tech green against Austin. MLSsoccer.com posted it with a kit rundown for all the teams. Looks like we're wearing tech green, Bondi's wearing green, and Austin is wearing their all white with the green trim jersey. So if you want to match, go for it. I think they just released that.
Yeah, it's so weird how they're like releasing those early now.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
Love it.
but we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Take care. We will talk to you guys on the weekend.
Be nice to each other.
Be nice to each other. Thank you all for joining us here again. We appreciate you guys. Peace, love, all the happiness to you guys.
All the light, man. All the light. Keep it going.
All right. Bye.
Be well.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!